everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. This game with our hosts, all of these people that you see before you. I'm not gonna bother naming them. Their names are written on the screen. Well, actually, technically they're not, I guess, because it's the character names. But yeah, whatever. It's fine. You know who they are.
I'm Maria.
I'm Gabe. No, I want to be someone else. I'm Aki.
No.
That means today I get to be Dave.
I'm
sorry.
Dave, but don't you dare apologize. Oh, You're awesome.
Thank you.
You also have the prettiest curls. And that means that you get to be Gabe today.
Oh, hell yeah.
See?
An elf gets
Gabe
to be
is
yourself
Gabe is like a more
us.
functional version of me.
Somebody,
a more cool and more functional version.
Somebody has to be able to rein all of you in. So
you can't. You can certainly try.
That's just
you
Abria.
can be Oro.
I'm reasonable.
That Abria sounds like a direct challenge to my authority.
Yeah, you lose inspiration for that. Don't try
We've
it.
already figured out that Abria enjoys challenging your authority because then you react like that and it does things for Abria. So
I mean,
we're learning stuff.
This started early.
I mean, I'm glad Abria's learning things about themselves. Anyway, yeah, hooray.
This is the release of a lot of tension happening right here. I hope you understand that this is just going to be Abria, Gabe, and Aki for probably most of today's session.
all the Americans are all crazy.
Chaos
Yeah,
listen, last week was fucking insane. I had to cancel shit because I just totally broke down and was like, nope, I can't.
Have you ever eaten too much like cheese? And then you had to poop really badly, but you couldn't poop. But then when you finally poop, it hurts a little bit, but then it's great. That was
last week.
All of last week for the Americans.
That was last week.
It's a cheese poop.
Yeah, all right. Sure. It's a good.
Am I wrong?
Are you lactose intolerant?
I don't even eat cheese. I've never liked cheese, so I'm doing my best.
TK, if you're being me this week, could you just sub in right now? Can we?
TK's like, end the stream. Click.
We're banned. We did it, everyone.
Yay!
Listen, there's gonna be a lot of me having cathartic laughs and probably coming close to tears because last week was just too much. It was
good. All right, so. I warned the rest of the stream. I mean, I warned the rest of the cast already, but I have an intense cold that is like building slowly, and I'm sure over the next hour I will become less coherent rather than more. So, watch out for that.
I'm here for it.
And
God, I feel
episode
like I've been
6
drinking all day.
Episode 6 is gonna be great. No, so the giveaway code for today's Rime of the Frostmaiden. I should tell you that because that is part of my job to like announce things.
Meat sweats. Yeah.
That cackle is very good.
Never
When
mind.
did I become the good kid?
Never
What
mind.
the hell is
You're not.
You're not.
Nobody is.
It is.
Wow.
It is hashtag meat sweats, as Dave said. It is indeed hashtag meat sweats.
Yes.
A
problem Rattle no longer has.
I would like you all to know that all of these codes come from TK. These are all TK's fault, not mine, not anybody on this case. It's all TK, our moderator.
Yay, TK!
Yeah. So, if you would like to enter to win a copy of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden for Roll20, you can do that by typing hashtag meatsweats into the chat. The other thing that you should be aware of, and that I'm going to mention again because I forgot to mention last week, is for every $100 donated to Code 2040, you get another copy to potentially win of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. And if we make $300 in a show, that was our margin, right?
I said it was supposed to be $500, but nobody listens.
You know what? I don't care what you said.
That's fair.
If we make $300 in a single show, we will play a game as this group of For the Queen.
That's right. I want to do that.
That's the plan.
For the queen.
The queen. Dig deep so that we can play for the queen.
Yes, please.
And also for Code 2040.
Yeah.
Did you know?
And today of all days, you get to watch me slowly fall apart and lose my mind. So it'll be a lot of fun. I'm gonna pull a Kate McKinnon. We notice.
I don't know who that is.
So Kate McKinnon on SNL a couple of weeks ago did a sketch as a character called Dr. We Notice, and she was clearly just having a breakdown, like a full-on breakdown during the sketch. And finally, Colin Jost stops her and is like, "Kate, are you okay?" And she just like looks straight at the camera and goes, "Well, I'm clearly not." And then like just breaks it down, and it's very, very cathartic to watch.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Okay. I think that's all the official announcements done and diggity done. How has everybody been this past week? What is new? How is life other than the obvious, obviously?
I'm gonna pronounce it wrong because I am terrible with pronunciations. But I was working with someone on a Kickstarter that just launched. It's a 5e setting that's Sami inspired, so like the native people of Scandinavia.
Oh, cool! Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
And I think the pronunciation is, and they're gonna correct me when I'm wrong, and I'm gonna get yelled at, but it's fine. I think it's Moateana. But yeah, we just launched on Kickstarter today, and it's like tundra, glacial underground, big cities. So like it goes really well with the Rime of the Frostmaiden.
That's super cool. I love that.
Amazing.
I love that. Yeah, definitely cool. So it's like is the Kickstarter just launched or just like?
Yep, just launched today. I think it launched like an hour or two ago.
Well, everybody find whatever resource it is that Gabe has that will direct us to that, so that
I will put it on my Twitter right now.
I'm just saying, like it you should look at it because
I pay attention.
Frosty environments are in right now.
That's true, and there's honestly the artwork is dope as hell because it looks. I don't know. I can't draw, but it's that feeling of like native artwork that I don't feel like we get often in like a lot of 5e settings.
Yeah.
That's what I was like.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
Dope.
Anybody else got any cool or relatively average, it doesn't really matter shit going on? I just want to hear.
If we're talking about stuff like work stuff that's closely related to Rime of the Frostmaiden, we really Dice Envy. Well, that's what you did. You talked about a thing you worked on that it pairs well with Rime. We just released a set of dice that I named over at Dice Envy that are called Rime Scheme. And I fought for that name really hard. And I don't know. There's no like good end to that story. They're cute.
That's a good name. It's
They're glittery dice.
I get the pun. Yeah.
Where can we find them, Ambria?
My boss didn't like get the pun at first. He's like, wait, what? It's not poetry. Is there poetry? Sorry, it's a whole thing. Anyway.
Yeah. Dave, you were saying the best part? Something about the best part?
Gabe, don't laugh at me.
The best part of what?
I don't know. You said it. I was hoping you would elaborate.
When was that?
Like 2 seconds ago.
I don't know. I forgot. I remember.
Okay.
I'm doing great today.
All right, good. I can tell this episode is going to be...
What did I do?
This episode is going to be very cohesive.
I tried to play Watch Dogs Legion.
Mm-hmm.
And it crashed 5 times in less than 3 hours. I'm processing a refund on that.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be good because it's all random. And it's all places I recognize and stuff. They're actually English voice actors.
Wait, Dave, are you in English?
Am I?
I don't know anything about.
I thought you were just doing it. I thought you were just doing a D&D accent the whole time, and you were just very method.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
in Southeast.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I never knew. I just never asked.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, did you honestly not know?
Yeah, I never asked. That's not their business.
Why do you think they're always so tired by the time we get to the end of this? It's like well past midnight.
It's like midnight there.
Yeah, we start at 9 p.m.
They can live in Ireland. They can live anywhere.
That's true. I could.
Hey, that's fair.
That's
I knew they didn't live in America.
Never,
Okay,
never
sorry.
assume based on their accent where a person is.
That's true. That's
Yo,
fair.
I just knew that Dave didn't live in the U.S., so they could have lived anywhere. They could literally be living in Antarctica right now, and I just time zone was off, and I'd have been like,
Yeah, I don't
"Alright,
have
cool."
a green screen on. That's just my window. That's where it looks like
Son,
outside.
There's
They're
someone
just
behind you
outside
that
right now.
hasn't moved for
You-
like 5 minutes.
They're frozen to death. I just thought it would be a neat set piece.
You fucking joke, but that is what my window looks like.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Send it here. I want it.
Nope. You send that right. I tweeted it. I'll say it again. Send that back to the kitchen. That's not what you ordered.
Yeah, it's
I'll,
not.
I'll take it,
want it.
actually.
I
It'll help.
want it.
help
At least for a day.
reinforce.
One day of snow.
Just for everybody who's super confused about what this is about, it is very snowy outside where I live right now because I live in like Canada where it is cold.
I didn't realize. Sorry, I think I brought this up. I didn't realize how much of Canada is like uninhabited. Like
It is a
90%
massive
people,
country with very few people in it.
like
Yeah.
90% of people live
It's a
on like the
frozen
border of the
wasteland.
U.S. and I
Yeah.
didn't realize that,
Yeah.
and it like blew my mind.
I believe the city that I live in is the town furthest to the north with more than 1 million people in it.
Dope.
So it's cold.
Well, damn.
I think
Except
I
penguin
might
colonies.
be wrong about that fact. Do not persecute me in the YouTube comments if I am. But I remember that being the fact that I heard. So yeah, it's fine.
Is that
This is the thing-
discount
oh.
penguin colonies? Because I bet there's penguin colonies further north than you that have.
penguins
more
only
than
live
you.
in the south.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go far enough north, then it just becomes south again.
That I respect. I will
Ah.
accept that answer.
Yeah, that's all right.
No, absolutely, you got me. I just got that wrong.
That's okay.
I just got it wrong.
But this is actually
was
my
so
big thing.
confused.
I hate the idea of like lunar and Martian colonization when there is so much like land that we don't have to develop like, I don't know, suits to create environments to live in that like it doesn't make
get a
sense
nice
to
winter
live
coat.
on the moon until you figure out how to live in the rest of Canada, you know?
Nah,
like
let the rest
where
of Canada
infrastructure
have that.
can be.
We don't deserve it.
You
We
can't
really don't.
look. You can't
Let's
build infrastructure on everything because then there's nothing else.
Yeah, and what are rich people going to do if they don't wastefully use resources?
But
will
that's
get-
what
they
I
will get
mean.
Eaten. is
Like
what
the
will happen.
shunting of resources into colonizing.
Yeah.
Like,
Fair enough.
sorry. Anyway.
The colonization of space was not a topic that I thought we would be.
I know, but
discussing.
it's just more dumb rich people.
I didn't prepare my notes, Bria.
You have notes on space.
I
The
don't.
only,
Yeah?
the only
No,
notes we
that's
should
the
have.
prepared.
Gabe, that's the problem. I don't have any notes. I
The
can't.
only notes that we should have on the rich is how we properly season them.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Well, honestly, I legit would have not been surprised if Elf had notes on space. That's why Gabe was so like confused. Because like it's like the things that I don't expect that we're gonna be what like gives me like Elf was like, well, actually, if we're talking about space.
Elf's in fantasy mode.
I
You
just
should
pull
see
a
it. Just
pull a
swap.
blackboard out. You know, like
I have a
it's just-
PowerPoint if you want to
yeah,
borrow it. I've
yeah.
literally given this speech.
So
before.
okay, no, but
Oh
like,
my god.
okay, I just completely changing the topic to a vastly different topic. But you said PowerPoint, and it made
Okay.
me think of something funny. So, one birthday for my partner, I didn't have any money to like buy them a good gift. So I made them a PowerPoint presentation on why and how I love them so much. And then I presented that as fact. Yeah.
Did you use wipes? How many different wipes
Yes.
did
No
you use?
no star wipes everywhere. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Crossfades. You know. Yeah.
Oh no.
That's
All-
how you know
all
love
the
enters through the star wipe.
all the
That's
good.
how you know.
All the good shit. Yeah. All the
That's
good
so
shit.
cute.
I did that. I definitely
I
did
love that.
Yeah.
Aw.
The other thing this week is that I have basically had an entire fantasy character's story over the course of 12 or 13 hours a day happen because of all the Neverwinter streaming I've been doing.
Oh, that makes
so
sense.
I went from being afraid of werewolves to killing werewolves in that week.
Yes, the two genders.
The biggest accomplishments of that character are defeating a were-crocodile who was like another player's character and finaling them, giving them the end of their story by killing them. And leading a band of like 30 people up to fight a lich who we wanted to destroy, and all of us dying, and then me being spared because I helped that lich earlier by giving them the body of the were-crocodile that I'd killed before, and then being like, so what do you think? Look at all the murder you've done. And me being like, heel turn immediately. Yes, look at all the bodies.
Wait,
Yeah.
were these all players?
Yes.
That's scary as hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
Like I led 30 players to their doom. Everybody's fine now because corpses can be resurrected. But you know what I mean? It's like fun. But
You're
it's
scary.
pretty great. It's pretty great.
Do you know what I just thought?
No.
What did you just think, Dave?
Why is it called Neverwinter if it's the cold place in the setting?
Because it's never winter, even though it's cold.
No, but it is.
Winter doesn't
Yeah,
mean
but it's
cold,
not
Dave.
cold in the city.
Yeah, but also Neverwinter isn't the cold place in the setting?
Isn't it?
No, Icewind Dale is the cold place that we're there right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oop.
So, to follow up from Elf's really sick,
Dave's face right now is just
I'm also like
blissful.
Are you
really like.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right.
I want I want a
Right.
Caravaggio over my fireplace of Dave just in quiet repose, having given up on an idea. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
For entertainment for you. This is why they pay me.
Oh my god.
Where is the cold place? Yeah, where's the cold place, dude?
You got, I need. Oh no.
It was good. But your question is legitimate, but I think there's like something like little hot stuff under the city, so like Neverwinter
Springs.
never gets as cold as
Yeah.
the rest of the
Yeah.
area.
Because
around
they
it.
killed Santa.
Neverwinter does have
That's
specific.
true.
Neverwinter does have
Santa Claus
specific
4.
magic. Specific magic. What?
Is there a Santa Claus for?
Now
yes.
there
I'm
is.
so
We'll
confused.
We'll play it as a one shot, $1,000.
Yes, of course. Tim
Code
Allen.
2040.
Tim Allen goes to Neverwinter and then dies.
Hey Dave, I can tell you why it's called Neverwinter
What is
because
it?
I looked it up. The
Okay.
Neverwinter River that flows through is heated by fire elementals living under the nearby mountain in the Neverwinter Wood. Over years, the name was just shortened to Neverwinter.
There it is.
Or is it like Neverwinter
think
upon
that's-
fire elemental?
Let the record
Yeah.
show that that is almost what I said, so
didn't pay
I should
attention
get
to
full
what you
points.
said.
No, you
I know.
Full points.
Thank
All
you,
of-
Dave.
all of the
20,000.
No, but seriously, if we raise $1,000 for Code 2040, I'm running a Santa Claus 4 one shot that's completely off the rails.
I'm into it.
We'll play a Neverwinter. So get into it, chat.
Oh boy.
I make
wanna be
very
gingerbread
weird one
man.
shots.
You scare me.
Yeah.
I think all of
Just be scared.
the like major D&D cities on the Swords Coast have like some weird thing to them, like every single one, because there's been plot in all of them enough that like even if there wasn't a weird thing, there is now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Neverwinter's got the fire elemental thing going on. Baldur's Gate is like grimy and policed by a mercenary company, and also like very political. And then Waterdeep has Kelvin Blackstaff's headquarters. Like, what more could you want?
I mean,
Waterdeep's
Waterdeep
called
has,
Waterdeep.
It also
Because it
has
has water
Undermount.
in
It
it.
also has Undermountain.
but it also has like the Game of Thrones game. Like you can play Game of Thrones inside it if you really
Yeah,
want to,
Yeah.
which is fun.
Anyway,
lean
And there's really big statues.
Oh man, I keep attacking people with those statues. It's my favorite thing.
I've showed it on stream a while ago. When we went to a D&D event, there was a slightly defective box of one of those. And it's the statues like this tall,
yeah,
and it's to scale based on the actual D&D miniatures.
yeah.
And
That guy in the back of a breeze.
I love the statues of Waterdeep so much, you guys.
I brought it back from the US because we were traveling. It took half my suitcase.
For
Just
real?
that one statue.
Holy
Yes.
crap, that's awesome!
Yeah, it's back there somewhere.
Why are you petting the statue, Bria? I'm very
Because I love
confused.
him.
Okay.
You got some
Good
stuff
one.
to sort out.
All right. Well, I realize that we've devolved into just talking about D&D stuff in general, which I feel like is good.
Yeah, like 26-minute mark. That's like legit.
Yeah.
Great.
No, that's true. Yeah. But I guess we should probably focus on the D&D stuff that we were like doing. Maybe. I am gonna wait until Aki comes back though, so you have another like minute or so to get out whatever it is in your system that you need to.
I
You
don't
make
even
it
remember
longer.
what we were doing. I do, but I'm wondering if y'all do.
I remember.
I don't want to deal with the consequences of my actions, so let's keep talking about other stuff.
Chat's got cool ideas about this Santa Claus 4 one shot, and I would like
Alright.
all of them, please.
Oh,
Stop thinking about reindeer and consider the fact that we have to go deal with a white moose.
it's true.
I mean, I'm not worried about it.
It's-
I used to be an owlbear. I've eaten many moose in my day.
It's true though, but this is a very smart moose who
You
avoids
He's a
say
person.
that.
traps.
It's a person.
I think
Moose is people.
I love how wrong you
Ooh,
are.
Soylent
but it
Moose is
doesn't matter.
people.
Yeah.
Well, now I don't know what to believe.
I've also eaten people, so I'm still not
I
worried
wa-
the way the rest of
I
you
had
are.
an immediate reaction to that because I didn't realize you were talking about Bursa for a second there.
I'm in character.
I was like, what?
and nobody else reacted. Everyone already knew. It just thought
Yep.
you knew.
I have also like stated in the chat that I would try Elon Musk long pork.
Oh no.
That's so weird. You stop it.
Eat the rich.
Bad.
All right. So
Elong pork. Thank you, Dave.
That was fantastic.
I love you.
You're
You're my
God.
favorite.
Love you too.
I'm just never mind. All right. So, as I was saying, right. Your plan currently was to go and look for the moose, the white moose, that was harassing Lonelywood during the last season of logging. They haven't been able to cut down any of the trees because the lumberjacks keep getting chased off by scary, very smart, no hunter can catch them moose.
We're gonna go, and there's gonna be tracks, and we're gonna follow them. And it's gonna be hoof prints, hoof prints, hoof prints, and then there's gonna be people prints, and the hunters are gonna all be like,
We all seem
Where's the-
very
where's the
attached
moose
to
gone?
this idea that the moose might not be an actual moose.
"Look, if I'm wrong, I'll
Please, Dave, tell me what you'll do if you're wrong.
do a forfeit of some kind that we'll think about.
I'm gonna need more details.
I'll
from
like
you.
stream or something more than once in a
Stream.
week."
Okay, whatever.
Wow,
Gets,
don't threaten me with a good time.
whatever gets you working, I
Yeah.
guess.
No.
Yeah. All right, so, you are. What was the plan? I think you were headed out into the woods, right, to look for a trail.
I think that at this point we are just going to be doing some scouting at
I
the very
believe
least.
Absolutely.
So.
I was gonna get hunting traps, and then everyone ruined it.
Well, everybody
Yeah,
ruined it
they did
because-
shoot at us a
Everyone
bunch.
ruined it. By everyone, you mean Rattle.
Yes.
Mhm.
No, it was the people that shot at Rattle.
Well, and also,
Yeah.
I've explicitly stated several times that no trap has worked so far. So, you know,
But still,
I think we're going to have to use the trap that is our wits.
the mind. Okay, so here is how we track the moose. You wander into the woods looking for moose tracks, I assume, in the cold pine woods of Lonelywood. Whoever would like to, you can make me a wisdom survival check to track the moose.
Can I have a friend help me?
You may. You may indeed.
help.
Help. Rattle, we've got this. We're
Yeah.
outside all the time.
Totally.
17.
Hang on one second. So you pick up some moose tracks along the way. Now I would need you to roll for me, Abria, a d6, please.
Ooh.
6 moose.
There's 6 moose. 2.
6 feet.
So you follow the tracks for and the group, I assume, as a whole, unless anybody is doing something different. And if you are, please tell me. But if you're not, I will continue to assume you're following the tracks. So
I think that if anything, if Yeshon is doing anything different, they're likely just listening for other potential trackers out there, or making sure that there's nobody else who's potentially also on this mission.
yeah,
Yeah, if there's other hunters there, and you can kill them for me.
I think mostly they've given up the direct approach. You know, that's why the speaker is hiring adventurers to do it.
Right.
So I
So
don't.
it's a fairly quiet wood that we're in.
It's like nature noises, but not much else. You know what I mean? There aren't any like yelling hunters or people running around or
Hey,
what have you.
how long do you reckon it would have taken for everyone in this town to either die or leave if we didn't show up and fix this problem for them?
Well, that's a rather
I don't know.
harsh outlook on their abilities. I'm
This is a logging town, and they can't go logging.
I mean, it's also a scrimshaw town.
It's
Yeah, if they'd like died, they could start scrimshawing each other and selling them.
Ooh.
Battle. They're literally next to the ocean. They could switch to something else.
It's frozen.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's been frozen for a long time, yet they've survived.
ice fishing is a perfectly valid.
Small
right.
but tiny point of order. It is not the ocean. It is the lake around which all of 10 towns resides.
Yeah, thank you.
They could overfish it. And then everyone would die.
I didn't have my scarf mat to consult.
So while you have this quiet conversation as you walk along, you're going for about an hour, and you come across a moose. Doesn't look like a white moose though. Looks like a regular brown moose. From your spot hiding in the bushes, it is eating some foliage and being a moose in the distance.
Ugh. Do we want to practice on a normal moose? Or just keep going?
I mean, there's good meat on that thing, but I guess we should leave it for the town to actually.
Wait, can any of us talk to animals?
I can't.
No.
And
I
I'm
guess
going to
there's
take
none
my
in the
Bedrex's-
pantheon of dragons. They're like moose dragon hybrid
No,
characters.
sadly.
We can follow it and see if it's friends.
I went to try to calmly and quietly walk up to the moose with as non-hostile intentions as possible and disarm it.
What are you?
Wait, disarm it? It's
This
Not-
moose has a
Animals off.
crossbow on it.
Not like
Get its
in-
crossbow bolts. We need them.
like
Yes.
Sometimes people are disarming.
I know
like-
what you mean. I know what you mean. You're trying.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just being a jerk.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah. I mean, if you want to, make like an animal handling check. I guess.
Yeah, let's do it. Am I good at that?
I don't know.
We'll find out. No, but I'm not bad.
Even you.
You can do it. I believe. A 17.
17.
So you emerge from the bushes, and the moose like turns a little like surprised at the noise, and like watches you. What do you do to like this? What is the interaction with this moose?
I'm like offering it a snippet of my rations, I guess.
Okay, it looks suspiciously at your rations. Like stays still for a long time, and then like plods over and takes the food.
Okay. You know what? After it does that, I want to like take a look at this moose and their footprints and the tracks, so that when we're searching, if this white moose is different or larger, then we have something to compare to. So I
Sure.
can like look at these fresh ones up close.
Yeah, so you're like looking at its feet and trying to figure out like if we come across these tracks again, it's this moose, but if we like find different
Exactly.
tracks, slightly different tracks, then okay. Yeah. No, I think you can do that. I have a mechanic for that
Perfect.
that I will keep in mind. But that I can't really tell you about because of the way that things are written.
Cool.
And
Yeah, the white moose has toes separate to the hoofs. You can tell the difference.
Yep.
I'm all in on this. I'm all in. Like, I'm sorry, I'll shut up about the druid thing.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean that's all I really want to do.
I'm
'cause
glad
it's
you
not
have a
hostile.
theory.
Oh God,
I
it's not
have a theory.
hostile. And then also I guess it's not so much disarmed, but like familiar. I guess I don't know that I might.
I mean, you've moved the moose from like wary to neutral.
cool.
You
Good
know,
enough.
you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
that's what I would say.
Yep, and walk back to the group, and now we have something to compare to at least while we're looking for the white moose.
All right. No, that sounds good.
Hey.
So
Hey, how much of your friend is it?
What?
Do you reckon someone could ride it?
You know what, Rattle? You could absolutely ride that moose.
No, I'm not going
Don't.
to.
Yes, don't do it. It would probably kill you.
I got in trouble earlier today. I'll be good for a while.
He's still bleeding. I have a question. Where is Boogie? Did Boogie come with us, or did they stay in the town?
I think Boogie came with you. They're just like tagging along.
Okay.
But he's not secretly a moose hunter by trade or anything.
No,
like
unfortunately, he's not exactly. He wasn't even leader of his war band. Okay, like
Did
or
we do the
they
war-
weren't. They weren't
he
even
did
leader of their war
that.
band.
Before?
They were a goblin in a war band. They stole things. They were stealing iron when you met them.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but like, even in a goblin adventuring party, everyone has different class.
I don't know.
No?
His class is goblin, or
Dave,
their
it's
class. I'm gonna do that.
It's
a
like
lot.
having a group of bandits. They're all just usually bandit.
Their class, like your class, if you were a skeleton, is
Like
not
first
a class.
edition, elf is a class.
I mean, I feel like we oversimplify our villains and we just call them bandits, but maybe they self-identify as like, I'm the healer in the group.
Boogie can't track a moose, y'all.
But I wasn't gonna say that. I
What
just
I
wanted to
would
make sure
like
that they were
to
safe.
make sure we are clear
sorry.
on is goblins don't have class levels unless they are player character goblins.
There are like goblin leaders.
I feel as though we have way devolved from the point here and maybe should get back on track.
I
Okay.
can't wait until we can talk to Boogie.
Yeah.
All right. Roll. I will need another survival check to find more tracks, my dear friends.
Okay. Natural 20.
Very nice. Another d6, please.
Oh, really? Do I get advantage on tracking a good moose?
Not according to this thing I'm reading.
6? I've rolled the highest I can on both dice.
All right.
I reckon
Please
you got
give
it.
me the white
right.
moose.
All right.
This is a beautiful moment
So,
in my life.
I
I'm gonna
can't
screenshot
believe
this.
so I can't believe you managed this. I honestly can't because I'm gonna read you this quest because I think it merits your knowledge of what they want you to do here. So the quest says to find the white moose, the characters must venture into the forest and search. DC 15 wisdom check finds a set of tracks. Roll a d6. On a 6, it's the white moose. On anything else, it's not.
Those are the two best rolls I'm gonna have
That's
this whole
so
campaign.
powerful.
So
We're very proud of you.
I would like to also state that every time you do this, it takes an hour, and after 3 hours, you get a random encounter. So if you just keep rolling poorly on the d6,
Easy.
if you keep rolling poorly on the d6, you could be here a whole session just fighting stuff. You know what I mean? Like it is like the weirdest mechanic.
It's a meat grinder.
but
Gosh.
but anyway, you have in fact found some tracks to follow to the white moose. Hang on 1 second while I find out what happens when you find it.
I don't know about you guys, but I have a very good feeling about Versa right now. She seems very keyed in to
So-
whatever's going on in this wood.
You're
Do you see the focus on her face?
So you're following the tracks, and you come across, or let me read the quest text. There's quest text here. I don't know, read it. Sorry, I'm a little out of it today. The cold is really getting to me. Right, quest text. The track leads to a large circular indentation in a snowy hillside. Rising from the middle of this circle is a triangular gnomon of beautifully carved crystal that stands 20 feet tall. A 10-foot-high beam hugging the circle's eastern edge has the evergreens growing around and atop it, sheltering what looks like a sarcophagus buried under the snow, and enclosed by a half-circle of pale blue crystal pillars. North of the berm is a delicately carved gazebo made of marble, and south of the berm is a row of outward-facing white marble statues atop granite pillars. So these tracks, these moose tracks have led you to some kind of like tomb, some kind of like resting place. There's a sarcophagus like buried in snow. There's a bunch of stuff around it. And yeah, that's where you're at. You don't see the moose anywhere, but there is like a hillside, and it looks like there's maybe a way to like go in, or a cave, or a like an inside kind of area.
And what did you say the word to describe it was?
The word to describe what?
You said something like with a V in it, and I got
Burn?
distracted.
Burn or burn?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what that was.
Oh, the berm. North of the berm.
Sorry.
There's a
Yeah.
delicately carved gazebo made of marble, and south of the berm is a row of outward-facing white marble statues.
What is a berm?
What is a berm? Good question. I will look it up.
It's a flat strip of land, raised bank, or terrace bordering a river or canal.
There you
I
go.
looked it up after you said it because I'm like, I don't know what the hell
There
that
you
is.
go. What the fuck is a berm? There it is.
Thank you, Gabe.
Education for everyone.
Yeah.
It's his house. It's his people house.
This is very clearly a grave of some kind, but it's beautiful.
You're are Kalashtar technically elves of any kind?
Mhm.
We're not elves. We're connected to the dream realm. We're
Oh, that's true.
we have two
Okay.
different sides of ourselves. We have the part of us that is here on the prime material plane, but we're connected to a being also in another plane as well.
I mostly
That's true, I
mean
guess
I
they're
mostly
also
You
mean
have ghosts inside you, like Scientologists.
Same.
I mostly mean I mostly mean like culturally, for like reference to elven stuff.
Oh, I don't think so.
Not
No,
I think
really.
they're
I don't
separate.
think they are. Okay, cool.
What if I am? Can we find out if I am?
Kalashtar culture is super cool though.
Are you Rattle? Were you an elf?
I don't know. I've decided that I don't know.
I mean, if you don't know, I can't provide information based on out of game not knowing what you are.
Okay,
So-
I don't think I am then.
Okay.
Maybe
Provide
How
some
statuesque are your bones?
Yeah, like how thin are you?
they're hollow bones. I'm a bird. I was a bird.
Yes, Kenku skeleton, of course.
No one knows the whole time. I've got like this beak. I'm a person. I'm a human.
All right.
Sorry. No.
So, what's the game plan? You can see like this kind of like, it looks like a very sheltered, very sacred almost sort of place. You know, it's got that kind of vibe of like a well-respected grave, but like left alone for a long time. You know, and that's like most of the information I can give you. And you guys are in the like row of trees around the clearing that would lead to this.
Is there any like writing
The-
on?
You can't see any writing from this distance. There's no like signage, so to speak. And also like the moose tracks lead in, but you don't see the moose.
I mean, Rattle's been saying it the whole time. I think this is pretty much proof. This moose is people.
Like you.
I don't.
Okay,
she
well
just
then,
looks really upset.
I have a
Oh
question.
no, I'm sorry. I shouldn't.
It's okay. I always forget.
How are we proceeding with this figure? Regardless of if this moose is a person or not, are we going in hostile or are we going in for diplomacy?
Something I will remind you out of game because it's been a week. The reward is for the head of the moose.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you befriended a normal moose. So I assume you would extend the same courtesy to a person moose.
I wouldn't make a choice without the rest of the group's input, which is why I'm asking.
Mm.
They probably have a reason for doing what they're doing. We should at least find that out. Maybe they can give us more money than the people back at the town to
Ooh.
go and burn it to the ground.
Oh, I was with you, Rattle, until the end, but I like where your head is at, besides on your shoulders.
Nah.
I think it's always better to assume that the situation doesn't have to become hostile right away.
Well, we only get paid by the town if we come back with a head.
This
So-
is true. Let's see what happens then.
either violence or a double cross. You know.
Something I didn't mention that through reading text quickly I missed is that in the middle of this like clearing area, there's a big like moondial, like a big sort of sundial looking object.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's this? Mercer just points at it.
I'm gonna go look at it.
Okay, so you guys are like approaching, like, and entering the clearing, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
Can I check for
Skeletons
traps?
come out.
Hang on 1 second.
Can my cool natural 20 also allow me to check for very obvious traps from a moose?
Moose traps.
Very
That's the
obvious.
reason the hunting tracks don't work, because it took them all and is
Moose
using them against us.
Moose traps is a very popular ice cream flavor in 10 Towns.
I saw someone else in chat make that joke, and I don't get it.
Oh, moose tracks is an ice cream flavor. Also, whoever else made that joke in chat, good job.
Okay. Let me grab your tokens. I have a map for you.
Cool. Excited.
Ta-da! I know, it's very exciting.
Yeah, Elbow Lauren.
It's very exciting.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
Hi, Lauren. But this is moose traps, and it's different.
This is me being a little bit.
It's, you
biased.
think it's going to be that ice cream flavor, and you bite into it, and it's like, it works for
Stew. It's stew.
Stew. It's like in a
Everything
little
up here
pot.
is
and it's
stew.
like,
Why is that not working? Why did that work for one token and then not any of the other tokens? Okay. There we go. I fixed it. It was just lagging.
Cool.
Okay. Bottom right corner should give you.
Can I just say that I can see that Gabe still has his like cards from character gen, and it drives me
You
2%
should
crazy.
yeah, same.
you should all be at max health because we had a rest.
Cool.
Oh, sweet.
So make sure to replenish that.
Thank you. Because
And-
I am not.
And yeah, this is what you see as you approach. There's like a bunch of like statues in a line. Let me read it for you as you get closer. So 6 elevated white marble statues are arranged in a line depicting slender robed figures facing northward. The engravings on their faces have been worn away by the wind, but pointed ears mark their statues as identifiably elves. You can see over this way, there's sort of an entrance to a barrow. I don't know if any of you actually can see it, but if I just move you slightly, you should be able to. So I'm going to do that.
Sure. Okay, at the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah, over here.
Thank
Got it.
you.
Okay, so you said as we move into the clearing, does a thing happen immediately? Or?
Nothing happens. The statues are facing to the north and like looking over the barrow, you know.
North upwards, north.
North upwards, north. Yeah, the way they're like sort of facing on the map there.
Kind of look like lawn gnomes.
Well, they're elves.
I don't know if
so-
anyone else can see that.
They're-
Are they like elf-sized elf? Like, are they like
they're-
1-to-1
they're-
scale?
They're like elf-sized marble statues. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So just 6 distracted elves with no faces staring northward.
Dun.
Not ominous at all.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. 6 of me in a line with weapons, standing, looking north.
I am.
I think we should leave. This is too scary. I
Yep.
don't want to be here anymore.
This is what I would say to be aware of. If this gives off the feeling of a grave, and there are elven statues here, and we have tracked the moose here, chances are it's protecting something, or whenever people do something involving logging, they're probably interrupting something important or sacred, and then foolish because they care more about the financials. Do any of us actually speak Elven?
No.
Wow.
Well, I don't think I've ever heard an elf talk, so probably not.
I don't speak it, unfortunately, no.
I never assigned mine, but I don't know if I'm an elf. So I'm
a
not gonna
party
say.
with no elven. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Do I take? Can I just
Overrated.
take it? Can I just be like yes for some reason?
If you want to, I'm okay with you like spontaneously remembering things.
Yes.
I speak Celestial and Giant. but
I feel
not
like
elven.
I suddenly learn it with my feature because I can take proficiencies in things, which I assume is like a language proficiency as well.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Do it,
An
Rattle.
elf spirit is inhabiting my body. Allow me to speak elven.
Yeah, the murderous spirit in your head is an elf.
Ooh,
It's
I'm
not
here.
always murderous. You've decided to make it murderous. I mean, it's like I'm okay with it. It just doesn't specify.
I'm
it
just
has
saying.
to
I'm
be.
just saying that it is there.
Rattle, you can speak Elven.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. You definitely can. Don't worry about it.
I say it appears so in elven.
What?
What?
So yes,
Mm.
apparently.
I think we may have to rely on you more for this then.
Okay.
So
Well, they're still statues, so I can't talk with them. But
so where you are, you should be able to see the marble statues, and you should be able to see like up on the hill over there. Can you see that?
Yeah.
That's
There's a
the
little something.
that's the sarcophagus, the barrow that I was mentioning. It's like a little raised, but it's outside or not the barrow. The barrow is the underground, but this is the like grave site that I was mentioning. And on the other side, you can see smoke rising from like a little gazebo. Like way to
Smoke
the north.
rising from
Yeah.
a little gazebo?
Yeah, a little like there's a fire in there.
Okay.
Do we head to the smoke or do we head towards the sarcophagus?
I mean, what do we expect to see inside the sarcophagus? Either there's someone in there or there's not.
That didn't actually answer my question.
I mean,
yeah, it kind
Did
of
though?
feels like.
Does that mean you want to go to the sarcophagus?
no, because there's no point.
Ah, now that's an answer.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm.
I'm happy to go and look at it. It seems interesting. At the very least, from an academic point of view, it might teach us something about the area.
All right, Rattle, you're the end decision. Are we going to the sarcophagus or the smoke?
Imagine if we open the sarcophagus and there's just a moose head in there.
Okay,
Hooray.
we should go to the smoke.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go there first.
Okay. So you can move your tokens around, like towards where I said.
Yes,
Uh,
Siobhan. When we are done with the moose, we can go and look at all of the things here.
You
So
live
it
out
was
the
to
orders,
the
so sounds
North
good to me.
wall.
Yep, to the north.
something?
Yep, over like where the sarcophagus is.
Oh, yeah, there's a little. Oh, is it this building?
Yeah, that little structure right there that you could see.
Neato.
Peek my head around the presumably raised area.
Yeah, there's like a bit of a hill. So you
This is
walk
sick.
around, and there's a little gazebo, and the fire that's like lit in it, almost as soon as like all of you can see it, extinguishes, and just like looks as if there had been nothing there at all.
Hmm.
I don't like that.
No.
But I want to explicitly say, let's not draw our weapons in preparedness unless something gives us a reason to.
Okay.
Thank you.
Question. When you say it looks like there was no fire there at all, like,
I mean that the fire pit is covered in snow and pine needles, like there
Yeah.
was never a fire ever.
cool. Well, it's magic, so I don't. Sure. Okay.
You can do magic.
Sometimes.
Elf, may I make an Arcana check to see if that like felt like we were seeing something magical?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Illusion or
Say
something.
19.
Okay. So, yes, like this is in some way important. Through your learning of like various rituals of various areas around 10 towns and around like the cultures around here, having spoken to a lot of people and being a folk hero, this is definitely something that has to do with the rest of this gravesite, right? Like there is some kind of like process here, and it not being lit now may suggest that it needs to be.
Okay.
Is what I would say.
I'm gonna pass that on to everyone.
Perhaps
But
some sort of ceremony.
then I'm gonna pull out my torch.
I
Sure.
can try to light it from here if you want. But you can also get closer.
Um,
Just an option.
what does everybody? I am
I
not
actually
making a choice without.
I might actually have some insight into specifically this, but it would take a little bit of time, and we would have to be willing to sit here and wait for a bit.
Oh, ritual casting.
Yes.
If we want to do that, I'd actually like to walk around the statues with Rattle.
Oh, sure. The marble statues to the south.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
might have writing on them.
Sure.
If we want to look
you
at the
can-
That's a
statues,
good
well,
shout.
You can definitely
Yeshvan
you
is-
can definitely take a closer look.
I'll stay with Yeshavan to watch out over them as they ritual cast.
Actually, I'm so sorry. I think we need to wait until we have. Hold on. I'm rereading my spell really fast. I apologize.
No worries.
Well, then I'd still like to walk with Rattle
Sure,
to
you're
like
gonna-
at least this
you're
statue.
You're gonna check out the statues, yeah.
Yeah, because if they have writing on it, maybe it's like
So,
names.
It looks, when you get closer, the two of you, it looks like all the statues are like almost identical. And they are like very, very worn away. Like the weather has worn them away over the course of like a long, long time. Like they have been here for a long time. There isn't any writing that you can see. And the like detail of their faces is like worn down to a point where it's basically nothing, right? So they just look like kind of like sentinels, you know what I mean? They're just kind of standing there, like looking watchful, without eyes.
Yeah, they've been here for a long time.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
I'm going to
flank.
use.
And
I'm
they're
going to use.
and they're definitely marble. It's like white marble.
I'm going to use the paladin ability.
Mm-hmm.
Divine sense. So, knowing the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60. What the hell was? Sorry, it was a weird animal. Within 60 feet, that's not behind total cover.
That's not behind total cover.
Yes.
Weird animal that was yours.
You good?
No, it was just a weird animal outside. It looked like it was a deer, but it was like, I don't know, it was like stealing.
And the
something.
white moose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you found the white moon.
I don't
It's just
want
vibing outside, like
I'm just trying to figure out something real quick.
That's fine. Hey.
also, I'm just gonna say the moment that the fire extinguished in the gazebo, Versa cast mage armor like a smart person.
Fair enough. No, there is no sensible within 60 feet undead or demon or anything.
Excuse me, there's one.
Well, yeah, there's rattle.
All right.
Whatever.
Oh, that's weird. That's just Rattle. It's fine.
What's the weather like right now, by the way?
It's kind of calm.
That makes me scared.
It seems like the sort of pines shelter this area quite a lot. They're like, a little bent over and a little like, it's not exactly natural. I would say like it is a little supernatural in that they like shelter this place from the like harsh weather. It's cold, but the air is still.
Sweet. I just want to say Bursa's mage armor, like I described it when it first gets cast as it's limbed in like an outline that makes her look like an owlbear again. And I think that also works like whenever you catch her in shadow. But she's also leaving owlbear tracks now as she walks with her mage armor.
Oh,
up.
cool. Yeah, I like that. Owlbear prints in the snow.
Yeah.
I just want to point out this is like the most like cautious and intellectual we've played, and when it all goes to hell, it's gonna be so on brand.
Yep.
Seems.
Our
I was
name-
thinking actually for being cautious. I'd like to kind of wipe the snow away on the base of the plinth.
You mean on like on the statue?
Yes. Yeah, it looks like they're standing on a
They
plinth
are. Yeah,
separately.
they have like a base. Yeah.
Yeah. Wipe away at that and see if there are any kind of scratches or indentations or anything that might suggest at one point these have moved.
Ooh.
you wipe away the snow, you know, and you can see that they are standing on bases that are a little buried. It doesn't look like they've ever moved or been shifted or done anything of their own or other people's volition. They are statues.
Okay, that's
Okay,
that's
and if I
good.
touch it, nothing happens.
No, touching it doesn't do anything. Yeah.
While the smart friends are looking around, can I just be listening very hard to see if I hear any movement? I just don't want us to be surprised.
You sure can.
Cool.
Can I assist her with that?
Yep. Weren't you casting something?
No, I mentioned that my casting actually requires me to have a target to cast on.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, you can definitely.
Right. Well, spooky statues might actually just be statues.
Sometimes a statue's a statue.
Rattle.
Are you rolling
think I
anything for that?
underestimated
Oh,
it.
sure. I
listening,
guess I could.
Bersa?
12.
Okay, cool. I'll keep that in mind.
Rattle. I think I underestimated you.
I'm incredibly flattered. Thank you.
All right.
There's some part of me that seems to have a thing about doing all of this.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a I think Rattle, you feel a certain affinity to all this like elven architecture in a weird way that you definitely shouldn't, quote unquote.
All right. Well, if we're fine with it, then we can try reigniting that fire and see what comes, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
If it's
ask
another ghost.
I'm actually gonna ask Bersa to firebolt my torch just so that it's effectively lit. But I'm
Okay.
still gonna walk over and light it because I don't want to give you anything to go wrong.
Sure.
Give me a. Oh, okay.
Not you.
DM, got it. I processed.
So you get Bersa to like light up the torch, right?
Light me.
Okay, cool. Torch is lit.
And then she dabs, I guess. I don't know what that motion was. I'm sorry.
And then
The end of the cast.
and then you wanna light the brazier in the gazebo.
Yep.
So you walk up to the brazier and it is like there's snow in it, like pine needles, and you know it looks like the kind of thing you'd have to work pretty hard to light anything in here on fire.
Okay.
You know you could like pull the snow out or whatever and like find something to set ablaze, but that right now it's not exactly in a situation of fire lighting.
Okay. Actually, hold on. I have my treasure outlined. No, that's stupid. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take some of my rope and actually I'm gonna stick the torch into the ground. And I assume, is there enough snow that it can like stand up by itself?
Yeah, you can definitely just like stick it in there. Yeah.
All right, so then I'm going to pull out some of my hempen rope and like cut it into pieces, put it on top, and then try to light those with my torch.
Okay, so you're making like rope tinder.
Yes.
Okay. You can light it. It's difficult because snow is cold and wet, and setting fire to anything in snow is like, let me tell you, it's real difficult.
Yeah.
So you can, but it burns out very quickly, like almost more quickly than you'd expect, and there's this sort of like disapproving aura. You can feel like a disappointment almost in the
I'm
air.
going to air that out loud, but in a concerned voice.
Yeah, I get the feeling it should be lit, but I don't know if we're the ones that are supposed to light it, right?
Oh.
Yeshivan is going to wander a little bit closer to the brazier. And kind of, they're like sort of rubbing their fingers together as they do. And I guess they're kind of taking a closer look at the gazebo, kind of trying to get a feel for perhaps its purpose.
I mean, it is set apart from everything else. is what I will say. Like it is clearly like functional, you know, for something. I mean, you have experience with sort of, you know, magical sensibilities and so forth, so it is clearly like for something. It's not just like a decorative building. But as to what, I mean, that is it's at a grave site. It could be a great many things.
This is seeming like part of a larger puzzle. I reckon we should go and check it out.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no,
Do it.
No worries.
I support it.
Let's not touch the grave thingy,
Okay.
but maybe there's some stuff if we go and look into the center. There certainly is some stuff in the center.
Yep, the Moondial.
Oh yeah, I
Let's
want to know
go
about
around
it.
that.
Okay, so you skirt around the hill that has the sarcophagus on it, or unless you're just walking next to it, that's also good.
Let's go around it. Yes,
Is there anything cool on the sarcophagus? Does it
So-
look like it's been moved?
So atop this berm, there's a granite sarcophagus which rests in a half circle defined by 5 crystal pillars. Clearing the snow off. Oh well, you didn't clear the snow off anything, so I'm not going to tell you. And there's a carving near the top of each pillar from north to south. These images depict a twig, a pine cone, a flame, a feather, and a humanoid hand.
It is a puzzle. Oh,
Can we get that list one more time, please?
Yeah, sure. So on the pillars, from north to south, are the symbols of a twig, a pine cone, a feather, and a severed humanoid hand.
Wait, didn't you say there was a flame?
And a...
That's the
yes,
third
Is it? Is it?
a twig, a pine cone, a flame, a feather, and a humanoid hand. The flame is in the center.
Perf.
This list is listed several times, so some of them.
This is
are
a this is a fairly easy puzzle to figure out, I think.
oh, by all means.
Okay.
I believe that these items are required in order to successfully light the fire in the brazier down in the gazebo.
All right, whose hand is it? Can't be mine because I don't have any skin.
Where do we put them? Do we put them in the brazier?
I believe to the points north, south, east, and west of it. I don't know if inside or outside, just that
There's 5 things in 4 directions.
there's the fire is in the center, which
Mm.
implies that in order for the fire to remain lit, those 4 elements must be in place. At least that's my educated guess. I could be wrong.
Yeah, where it? I mean, do you reckon they like just took people's hands off every time that they needed to set a fire?
It might not. It might just be like the artwork is severed. It might not be you actually have to cut your hand off, bro. They didn't draw a whole
Yeah,
person.
that's a good point. They didn't draw the whole person. Yeah, okay.
So
It may
as
also
if we're
be-
standing, good.
It may also be that the moose, if they are some sort of transformative creature, a druid, as you have posited several times, it is possible that the people who have come out here to try to apprehend it have ended up as part of the sacrifice themselves.
Human hands.
Question.
human hands.
So there's no snow on the top of these crystal pillars because we were able to see this like the drawings, right? Even though
There's no snow on top of the crystal pillars, as if like the snow is like slid off of them or what have you.
okay,
There is snow on top of the sarcophagus. It is layered
Cool.
in like a.
I wasn't sure if the crystals were like flat topped and looked
No,
like they were
no,
kept
no.
clear.
They've got like indentations on the sides of them, but they also
Gotcha.
look like they just haven't caught any snow.
Okay,
All right.
well, I'm gonna touch the sarcophagus if no one's gonna stop
Sure.
me.
Yeah, yeah, I was about to go there as well. It was like,
Yeah.
maybe just
I got
tells
it.
us the
I got a
secret.
big arm for sweeping.
So you sweep the snow off the top like a dramatic desk clearing from a romantic movie. So clearing the snow off the top of the lid reveals an engraving of a brazier on
Cool.
the top of the sarcophagus.
Got it. You nailed it. Good job, Yeshavan. You didn't even need all the clues.
I don't want to say I've done things like this before, but I had a teacher at one point who expounded upon a few different rituals when I first started learning how to do magic. So
Mm.
you
There's an
Do all
there's
that.
when you say that, there's an ominous flickering of the torch that Vidrux had, as if it like sputters for a second and then comes back.
Jux remembers that night that he woke up and didn't say anything and decides he's still not going to say nothing.
You can bring that up with the group when you feel like doing that. I think.
Oh,
It's fine.
he's
I mean,
scared as
Bursa-
hell.
Bursa took that personally because she's like, "Shit, I didn't have a teacher. I do magic," and thinks that that's oral, just being like, "No, you're good."
Okay.
Tight.
Uh,
I feel like signs from Oral and signs from a Light Eater are very similar.
Right?
so we can either do that now,
So
or we could go and look in whatever this is.
So the other thing you can see, is the Moondial, because like you're looking down at it from where you are right now.
It
So-
looks like the
place is
moon.
absolutely beautiful.
And it is very pretty. It is like archetypically cold, frosty, elven pretty. You know what I mean? Like that is definitely true. Moondial. So, rising from the center of the circular depression is a tall, triangular crystal gnomon device. One typically finds in the middle of a sundial. It's thick near the base and narrows to a sharp point at the top. The snow around the gnomon is melted away, revealing a circle of symbols carved into the stone around it. The symbols depict phases of the moon, suggesting the circular depression is a moondial. Something has punched a rough hole in the wall to the north on the northwest edge, creating a dark opening.
Is that
It's past you can't see it really from where you're standing, but past the dial there's a cave entrance.
oh I can just about see the edge of something there, Elf.
Yeah.
How big of a drop is it to get down?
Oh, sorry, you actually asking.
Sorry,
me.
I was asking about character, but I'll be quiet.
It's
No, go ahead.
it's a 10-foot drop, so you would have to like roll in acrobatics to do it without taking damage.
Yeah, okay, I'm not worried about that. Sorry, go ahead, Rattle.
Yeah, it was a shush because I'd seen something. It's like, shh, there's a thing. I can't see what it is. I'll have a closer look. Can I try and perceive it, perhaps, or should I move closer?
If you would like to perceive it, you can certainly try.
All right. I can't remember how bad at this I am.
Can I help you?
I mean,
Sorry, that's too late.
Yeah, all right.
Rattle has rolled, so
That's an 8.
They shook, rattle, and rolled.
there is something in the darkness, but it is dark in there, and outside the blindness of the snow is making it more difficult. You know, like bright reflected light.
There's a thing in there.
I mean, I could go a little bit ahead. I do have this natural glow to me.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see in the dark. It's just too far away.
Well, it's you or it's me, and I think that you probably have a better chance of actually seeing what's in there than I do.
Could I just get you to expound on natural glow to me for just a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kalashtar, like, are beings of light. So, like, their whole thing is that, like, the realm and the creatures that they're connected to are beings of light. So, I've kind of manifested that duality in Yeshivon as, like, having a slight glow to them.
Okay.
But they're, like, tethered to it, like, another being, essentially. Not
Sure.
just their patron, but, like, to an actual, like, quarry half of them.
Mm-hmm.
From another plane, essentially. That every time they get closer to their patron, they get further from their.
Yep. I just wanted to get a read on that.
That's mostly
detail.
aesthetic. It's not an actual mechanical thing at all.
I like these kind of details. I can use these kind of details. All right. So yeah, you can see there's something like in the little area underneath that you're not really sure what it is. Something fairly sizable, I imagine, is obvious.
Hey, somebody else goes closer. Am I allowed to get my weapon out? For drugs.
I think that's fair. I will walk up,
Check.
and if I grab my shield, that means you should fire.
What's this?
Oh, sorry, what?
What's this little thing at the top?
It is a statue that looks precisely like the other statues to the south, the like elven statues of marble, but it is facing like inward, southward rather than northward.
Same thing with the face being super worn down.
Yeah, it's very old. It's like very lack of detail.
Ooh.
So am I able to slide down this, or do I actually have to just jump down?
It's a 10-foot drop, like pretty much straight down. So, like,
since we're out of combat, honestly, I'm just gonna not even do the roll if I can, and just walk all the way around.
Sure. Yeah.
That's fine with you.
And you can, yeah,
Can I make an athletics check to do a cool kid hop?
if you want to.
Danko.
I hate this.
Yeah.
But Drux is still gonna do it.
Yeah, you're good.
But when Gabe stands here, I see a thing.
Yeah, I know you do.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, you make it down, Bertha.
Oh.
What are the other two? What are the other two of you doing?
I'm waiting. I've not got a readied action per se. I've just
Okay,
got my
you're
bow
just
up.
staying up on the cliff there.
Yes. So when the statue comes to life, it can hit me first.
Yeah, Siobhan, you got anything?
I think I'm just kind of following the Drux and Ursa, kind of keeping up with them.
Okay.
Would it be okay if, because Bursa jumped down, instead of waiting for you to walk all the way around, she's like, when a dog like sees something outside a window and is just like staring in the direction and just knows something is there. I think Bursa is just staring in that direction. Even if she doesn't know what she sees yet, she's just locked in, like staring.
So, Siobhan, you can either hop down the ledge with an athletics check or go all the way around with the
I'm going to take the long way.
Cool. So position yourself where you want to be at, and then I will continue.
Also, I actually found out something very interesting about Corey and Kalashtar, in that Corey are actually apparently dark beings, and that Kalashtar severed themselves from that by following a specific path. So there's a very, very fun thing that you and I should talk more about. We should talk more about this. There's fun stuff here.
Oh, I love that the Frostmaiden's literally in our chat right now. Hey, girl, hey.
I got a plan. Okay, so you look into the like barrow through this like 10 this gap. It's like 10 feet down, and you can see, those of you who are like further forward, the back of like a large creature moving around down there in the dark. Let me see if there's anything in particular that I need to.
Shoots a laser beam out of its red nose.
Ooh, reindeer! We're playing Santa Claus 4, baby.
What's the difference between a reindeer and a moose?
Moose are much, much bigger.
Okay.
Moose are freaking massive, yeah. I'm just trying to check if it like does anything that particularly.
While you look it up, what's bigger, a moose or an elk?
A moose.
Moose.
By like a huge margin.
Okay, I thought so. I've just never seen an elk before.
Moose are the biggest of that kind of animal.
Yep.
All right, cool. So it hasn't like noticed you yet. It is like resting or organizing to like leave or something. It's just moving around a little bit, but like it hasn't looked back to see you there.
Okay.
Something you may also want to know is that the area around these like Moondial that you're in, there's no snow on any of the markings. Like it's melted from touching them.
When I see that, I'm gonna step all the way back over here.
I think just as a fun parallel, Bursa takes a step closer.
Are you checking out the Moondial, or are you headed towards the moose?
I think this was just supposed to be indicative of like an instinctive step forward of something that is all white, clearly magical,
Oh yeah.
and in this wood.
Yeah.
That she's not repulsed by this.
I think it just hasn't noticed. I've rolled some stuff. It just hasn't noticed you. The moose, I mean. The sundial or the moondial. Let me give you some more info. Hang on one second. Rough edge. Characters appear through Western Halls. Yeah, persistent. It seems like a persistent magical effect is like keeping the symbols clear. The phases of the moon are depicted on the ground. And that's kind of all you can get out of it right now.
What phase of the moon is it currently?
There are tiny inscriptions on each of the well, it's not nighttime, so you don't know. Like the moon.
Well, it's kind of always twilight, so
I guess, yeah, that's fair. Let me check if it says anything here. Full moon to the north, new moon to the south. Characters. So
I don't know which they are, but I know one's called Gibbous, and it just makes me laugh.
So
every time.
each of the lunar symbols has some inscriptions on it. They are in Elven. So
I can read that.
So Rattle's like up on the ledge and can't read them from here.
good job, Rattle.
Yeah.
I'll catch Rattle like a parent.
We do a trustful.
It's gonna be like maracas. It's gonna make so much noise.
How would you say that? Because now it's possible.
What's down there? I can't see it yet.
If I can like help by like trying to catch Rattle to give them advantage to come down.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a fool. I appreciate it, but I'm not a fool.
Can't you just make it acrobatics? Aren't you good at acrobatics?
Yeah, but after athletics, so.
I mean, I said acrobatics first as well. Pick
Oh,
one.
sick! I'm gonna do a cool
picked
flip.
athletics.
21.
Here you go.
You make it down just fine.
Right, what do you need to? Oh, that's okay. But we found it. Just gonna look at this and pretend it's not there. Or...
Can I do an Arcana check just to try to vibe with this elk at all, or the moose?
The
I'm sorry.
moose, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to.
I think she's just like struck. 18.
So I think it's at that point that it notices you, because you're like
Hmm.
staring at it, right?
Yeah.
Like trying to vibe with it.
Yeah.
And when it looks back at you, with like an effort of perception that you wouldn't consider to be like animalistic. You know what I mean? Like
For sure.
there is a light of intelligence behind its eyes that belies a certain quality. You know, it's hard to really like express what that is, but there is a moment of like, this is not like a regular moose. And I think it's at that point when it notices you that it starts like moving away from where you can see it. Instead of like charging you or trying to like climb up or anything like that, it like moves out of your line of sight.
Interesting.
That threw Gabe's gamer senses all the way off.
I would like, if it's okay with the group, to just ask it in Celestial if it understands me.
You're just gonna like yell it in Celestial into the.
Yeah. I think she speaks kind of quietly. This seems like a very echoey area, and she's gonna try to maintain the like spooky silent, still as the grave mood by like not
Okay.
yelling, doing a stage whisper with some echo.
Okay, so you're yelling in Celestial?
Mm-hmm.
Let me check. There's no reply.
Okay.
Yeah, no reply.
And she waits for a second, then turns back and says, "That is more than an animal."
Maybe it's an elf. Rattle. Would you like to try?
I don't know. I didn't look like I wanted to be friends. I mean, look at this dial thing, and not the huge, creepy, four-legged creature.
Gabe really wanted to say in character, Bursa's on 2 legs now. But I restricted that because I don't want to die from a
No,
move from Bursa.
That's fair. I don't think Bursa's like feels weird about being. I mean, she doesn't get angry about it.
I don't even know if she gets like insults either.
No, she does. You've done a bunch.
Yeah, pointedly, I would like to read
You want to read
at least the close ones.
You
Yeah.
want to read the inscriptions? Yeah. So the one that you're like right on top of, the like full moon. Let me read it for you. So, the Moondial and full inscription says, full moon inscription says, gaze upon your own face and have 7 questions answered.
Oh, okay. Gaze upon your own face and have 7 questions answered. This is going to be a lot more complicated than I thought it was going to be.
Do you read that out loud?
Yes.
Does there appear to be any sort of reflective surface around?
Not here, no.
As they're talking, I'd like to like just go gather a twig and a pine cone seemingly from these trees and see if there's any like bird nests or anything around, just for like the feather.
Ursa has a owlbear feather cloak.
If you touch any of these owlbear feathers without my permission, I'll snap you in half.
I am going to ask very nicely for one.
She
Please.
happily gives it.
All right.
Okay.
And I'm just
feather.
gonna gather gonna go to like the different trees and look for pine cones and twigs.
Okay. So you're finding the like stuff you need to light the.
Yeah, the 5.
Yeah.
Well,
First, it's just gonna every minute or so take 5 feet.
I think-
of movement forward.
I think my immediate question, of course, is what about the hand? Because the other stuff, I'm not even gonna make you roll. You've got the feather. We're looking for pine cones and twigs and stuff. You know what I mean? And you can find that stuff.
yeah, that's what I was concerned about. Ooh, the hand. Okay, I'm not sure if it has to be a severed hand, but I'm willing to find out by putting my own hand in the fire and trying to light it.
Okay, great move.
Whoa. We're going back over that? We're going to do it.
What pose are the statues in, by the way?
They are standing with weapons at the ready, blank-faced and sentinel-like.
No, like hands out to hold stuff.
Nope.
All right,
they're
cool,
like
just
they're
checking.
like this.
Because I think Bursa says, like right around this point, because she just sees this statue, is the western statue facing inward towards the?
Yeah, they all face towards the Moondial, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There's
What does
one over
the
here.
next moon phase say? The
Uh,
one I'm standing.
There
over
are
right
not inscriptions on all of them.
now. Is there one on this one?
Let me check. Tiny inscription around the full moon symbol, the 2 half moon symbols located on the west and east, but not the other partial symbols.
Okay. Then they'll move on to the next one.
Okay. Do you speak Elven?
I don't, but I will. I guess I'll call.
Yeah,
Rattle
let's
over.
let's get an order of business on this,
Yeah,
because I
we
think
got- we
we're
got,
all
like-
coming at
we got,
different
like,
parts of
2
the area.
separate things going on here. Like, what is happening first? Yeah.
I would like to explore the inscriptions. With,
Okay. Well,
With Rattle,
that
if that's all right.
That definitely won't take very long, so let's do that first. So, the half moon.
Is there a handout for these, or should we be typing them out?
I don't think I have a handout for you. It doesn't say that I do. But the half moon inscription says, "Unlock the tombs of the half moon." That's what it says.
Okay.
It says that both on this half moon and the half moon across from you. It's the same.
Okay.
I want to say I genuinely enjoy playing with this party on Mondays because I'm like, this. I feel like the way we are working together today is a good testament to the fact that we play well together. Like, yeah, included.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that we all argued like the last couple of sessions was just icy stuff.
Yeah,
I
it's just
think
it's just
it's clearly not carried over to.
Yeah, partial symmetry of the inscriptions. So there's no inscription on the new moon, just the 2 half moons and the full moon, and that's it.
And the full moon was the one that said.
The full
"Gaze
moon
upon-"
said, "Gaze upon your own face and have 7 questions answered."
So the understanding being, if we're here on the full moon, maybe the potential for whatever that is unlocked.
Yeah, it would
That
occur.
would make sense.
It would occur.
Is what she said out loud.
Can I get an Arcana check from somebody about this? Just because
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll assist.
Thank you. Get that advantage. Yeah. 14.
14 is okay. It occurs to you that there are magical effects that can mimic the effects of moonlight. You know what I mean? Like there are spells you can cast that could mimic the effects of a moon at any angle.
Yeah.
Moonbeam.
I don't have any of those good spells. You
Uh,
want a witch bolt?
Druid spell. Damn. You know what? Okay, another side note.
What? I'm sorry. One more time. What kind of spell?
There are magical effects that can mimic the effect of moonlight at any angle. That's basically what I said.
Like the Druid spell Moonbeam.
Like the druid spell Moonbeam is what Gabe said.
Which is I love how much this module has hinted at like different little aspects of the classes having some extra importance. Oh,
Right.
that's my jam.
God dang it. Keep doing that, and I don't mean to.
Did we? I'm sorry. Do we know what the current phase of the moon is?
I haven't been keeping track of the phases of the moon in this campaign. I didn't realize it was going to be important until right now.
Yeah,
So-
I guess it's like not
so
relevant. We would have to make it.
I'm
relevant.
gonna say that it's this one right here.
Sorry, I'm gonna go around just so I can.
Is
Oh
that
yeah, I
a-
knew what that was gonna look like because I can use pattern recognition. Good for me. Yeah.
But what's that one called? Waning Crescent.
Waning
It's
crescents,
a,
yeah.
it's a waning
Yeah.
crescent.
Yeah.
Because that
I
one's
like
the
gibbous.
waning.
Gibbous is my favorite word.
Gibbous.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
And then we have we determined what this one says yet?
It doesn't say anything. I've said a
Yes.
couple of times the only inscriptions
I
are on the half
apologize.
moons and the full moon.
I'm sorry.
Unlock the half moon thing.
Unlock the
I
tombs
believe-
of the half moon is what it says on the half moons.
I believe they mean this.
That makes sense.
All right.
That being said,
May I ask
actually,
one question?
You
Oh.
may.
You said the tombs, which has an S,
Sure does.
which means that there's probably a tomb on the other side, which is where the moose is.
Might
Well,
be.
not only that, but there
God,
seems to be this cave-in that's happened over here. Perhaps somebody has already tried and failed, or did it incorrectly.
Or it worked and they came out of the tomb. That's where the other one is.
Perhaps the moose is the creature that came out of the tomb.
I'm gonna light my hand on fire in this thing.
Okay, we're doing the hand thing. All right. Bursa,
Yeah.
before we light Gabe's hand on fire, Verdrux's hand on fire, Bursa, what have you been doing for the last 15 minutes while Verdrux has been collecting twigs and shit? And the
I
others
believe
have
I
been
passed off
staring
a
at-
feather and I'm
marks.
just staring in the hole.
Yeah, the moose has like moved out of your line of sight and has not returned.
Can I like look around the corner? I just want to peek and see if I see my moose friend.
If you peek, there's a chance you'll fall. There's a 10-foot drop from like.
Oh, it's a drop.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then she's going to like turn her back and watch out for the group on this while also like just sort of listening
Okay.
into this space.
Yep, sounds good. All right, cool. So, hand on fire. Let's do that one.
Yeah.
So, you lay down the required items that are on the list, the pine cone, the twig, the feather, and your hand into the brazier.
Yes.
And then you lighted a flame, I assume.
Yep.
As soon as you do, here's the deal.
By the way, I also want to mention that at this point, Yeshivon has moved up to the sarcophagus.
Okay, you're up by the sarcophagus, yeah. As soon as you do, a silver flame quickly consumes the brazier's contents. As in consumes. As in your hand is burned to ash. To nothing.
Oh my Jesus
Five.
Christ!
In like seconds. It is.
Vibes.
It is like you're not. It's not even quick enough that you feel pain. You know what I mean? Like it is instant. And the brazier alights in a silver flame, and the crystal pillars over by the sarcophagus illuminate as well in various different colors. You know, there's sort of like a prismatic thing happening through these crystals. And that's where we're gonna take our break.
Take a break.
Ursa
Yeah,
just
oh my
yelled.
God.
Bursa yells before I think anyone else, like, Yeshivan, what'd you do? Because she sees Yeshivan standing over there and assumes they just did something to make the crystal pillars light up.
I didn't do anything.
Okay.
Break time.
Break time.
Mm-hmm.
We will be back. We will be back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hi. I realized the music was playing slightly because I was listening to it while I was in the background, so I'm sorry about that. We're back. Let's get right into it because we ended on a bit of a cliffhanger there. Back to our map. So Vidrux, your hand has just been consumed in flame.
Yep. And that it's at first there's like almost like a look of shock. And then like a calm resolve where he just like adjusts his shield to basically just cover where the missing hand would be.
Sure.
Did it work?
The crystals are glowing. That is all that you can tell right now. And
We have glowing action up here. Is everything all right down there?
Yes, I think
Yeah.
it all went smoothly.
Verdrux, you've got there's the very weird feeling of you thinking you still have a hand, but you don't have a hand.
Yep.
You know
It's
what
like
I mean?
it's that
Right.
fan that
that like phantom limb thing.
Yep.
But the pain
Did anything change down here?
the down there, no, nothing. The glowing lights up top are like what you see change up here.
All right.
Um,
Can I inspect the crystals a bit more closely and then also take a very good look at what's happening with the sarcophagus?
Yeah, you sure can. So the crystals are glowing in like various colors. They seem kind of prismatic. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
The light through them is like creating a very like rainbowy sort of glow. And the brazier is casting like a bright silver light, and that fire seems to be sustaining within it, even though it was like impossible to light before, kind of thing. The sarcophagus looks the same, but a lot of stuff has happened, and you never tried anything with it before, so.
Does it appear like I could perhaps push the top off of it, or does it look like you could move
It certainly looks like you could move it, yeah.
Okay. All right. I think that in order to get any further answers, we either approach the moose for more information or we pull the top of this sarcophagus off instead. I don't know which is the better choice here, but we did start the ritual, so it seems only right that we complete it.
One thing at a time.
Okay, so...
Ursa just looks impatiently, like over where we had an eye line on the moose and now it's gone. And then just sort of makes a grunt sound and swats Boogie's hand away as they try to take one of the feathers off of her cloak.
That does sound accurate, yes.
Yeah.
Boogie's just hanging out, trying to steal things.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
right.
Okay, so you want to try and push the lid off?
Sure.
All right.
Why the heck not?
So
Let's just do
it's
all the bad ideas today.
it's pretty heavy. You need to make a strength check for me.
That'll be.
You
I'll
can
help you.
you can feel that it's not like magically sealed or anything. It's just a very heavy stone lid. Yeah. You try and push it off and it does not want to come off. You-
I'll make my way back over.
Strength
Yeah.
is not exactly my, strong suit. Pushing things is not really what I do. Oh, hi, Bursa. Welcome back.
All right, Bursa, give me a strength check with
Let's go.
with assistance from your friends, of course.
Athletics? I think
No,
it's the same.
strength.
It's the same modifier.
Fine. I'll give it to you. 15. That's fine. You're gonna
Sick.
keep trying until you open it anyway, so there's no reason for me to like make you keep rolling. So you push the lid, and it slides off with a grinding stone sound. It like plonks onto the ground. You know, like this heavy kush as it falls off the side of the sarcophagus. And you see lying inside with their arms restfully crossed is an elf. Not a living elf for sure. They are like desiccated and like their cheeks are kind of like hollow and their eyes are closed. Their hair is like ratty and like only like little bits of it are left. And they're wearing like a laurel, almost like a laurel crown. And their clothing is very like brown like burlap almost, like very simple, but like very stately, kind of. It's like hard to, it's like simple but noble, you know. And as the sarcophagus lid clunches to the ground, the figure blinks and opens its eyes and looks up at you from its like lying position, with these cold blue, like you would call them like baleful, you know what I mean? Eyes like glowing blue fire more than like proper gaze.
Are you
Say, Matt.
going? Can you talk?
Sorry.
And he like grabs the edge of the sarcophagus, like raises his hand and grabs the edge. There's a creaking noise as he like moves his arm. He grabs the edge of the sarcophagus and like pushes himself up, and you can hear all of his bones just like at once as he like straightens up in his sitting position. And he looks over at you at you, Bursa, for asking the question, with a look that sort of looks like a little quizzical. And he says, "Yes, I can talk."
Oh. Okay. Do you need a hand? Out?
To whom do we have the pleasure of speaking?
You are speaking to Sanar. And he like straightens himself up a little more, like, you know, seems to be like looking over his, you know, movement, checking his fingers, like going through some sort of like routine of getting up, you know what I mean? Like, and he says, "Why have you woken me?
Oh.
Who are you?"
We have come here to resolve a problem.
He looks between you all and he's like, "Not an elf among you."
No.
I kneel.
You kneel? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
What's
I
that
feel like I
for?
need to make a slight clarification. There is a little bit of elf ancestry in Clash.
Not an
I
elf,
apologize.
not a kind of elf he would recognize.
Nope.
I apologize, Sinar. There was a creature that is close to here that has been causing problems, and we thought that the figure inside may be able to help us resolve with said creature.
Something disturbing this place?
I got it.
Yes.
You made it magic smart.
I have no idea what you're referring to.
God damn it.
Are we just gonna? You're just gonna be dead and not dead now? What is your purpose? Why are you here? Awake.
It's like you've never seen a living undead creature before. I'm right
Well-
here.
That's fair.
I was buried here. I think
That's
the
fair.
real question is, what are you doing here?
Looking for a moose.
I don't know.
A
There
moose.
seems to be a white specter in the form of a moose that has been haranguing the town that is nearby. No one has been
Spectre,
able.
It's a moose.
He like scrunches his brow a little bit, like town nearby. Like, what are you? Like there's a expression that makes you think like he has no idea what you're talking about.
It's possible you've been dead for a very long time and therefore would have no recollection of a town nearby, but whatever elven sanctuary or culture or society that once ruled or lived in these parts, I believe no longer does.
So he like pulls himself from the coffin and like goes, or the sarcophagus, and like goes to like stand. And as he does, there's like a dust that sort of falls from his clothing as he like brushes himself off with like semi-skeletal but kind of preserved like hands.
Like a Draugr.
And he actually kind of smells like good. Like whatever the preservative is like sort of like spicy. Like this sort of like yeah, like kind of like
vanilla zombie.
like a pleasant smell. Yeah.
Nice. Country apple zombie. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, and so he
Very, very high quality potpourri.
he brushes himself off and he looks at the rest of it and he goes, "So, what can I do?"
Well, it is very possible that the moose we are seeking is drawn to this place for a specific reason. It was here when we arrived. We've lost sight of it, though.
Well, this is a sacred place, after all, and well protected by the moon.
Zanar, do you have magic that could affect the moon by chance?
Of course. He says.
Yeah, why would you ask?
Maybe.
Out of being polite and not assuming.
May we ask you to do a favor for us then?
Until this place is once again put as it should be, I will help you.
What does that mean?
Whatever is here, whatever reason you have to be here, needs to be over, done, finished.
Okay, start by explaining this moon circle.
He like turns to look at it, from ponderously turns to look at it from the ledge.
Do you need like food or water?
He shakes his head. And his neck is like cracks both ways as he does. And he goes, "The dial changes many things within the barrows beneath. Doors sealed or unsealed. The mirror available or not."
There's like a whole
It's
thing
like
down there.
ancient elven ritual.
Nice. What kind of elf are you?
What kind do you think?
Dead.
I don't think I've ever met or had the pleasure of meeting a moon elf before.
I've never met an elf.
He gives you a look that's like, thank you. Like, obviously.
I think all of you might notice that Yeshivan is carrying themselves slightly different than they normally would in this situation.
Sonar is acting with a certain like haughty authority, but he's also kind of just like waiting for you guys to do something.
There seems to be some sort of cave-in that has happened on the other side of this moon timepiece, which is where we saw the white moose, or at least Versa did. It's probably the direction we should go in order to end whatever kerfuffle has occurred here.
Yes, very, very well. Let's handle it then.
I'm sorry, are we holding you from something?
Versa, maybe do not antagonize the recently revived.
I mean, he looks at you and replies and says, "Yes, sleep."
That's fair. Also, I talk like that to the other undead person I know, and it's fine.
Hello,
I don't want to high
fellow
five.
skeleton.
Yeah.
There we go.
In any case, if you would, come with us.
Out of character, are we going to ask them to do the moonbeam thing while we're up here before we go in?
I feel like that's the right call.
Okay,
I'm
making
not sure. Like, do
Or maybe
we
as a
want to
reward
help him
after?
fix his thing, or are we getting him to do the thing that we don't know what it is that we want right now?
Well,
Yeah,
he
if
said
we
if it's different on the dial, it opens doorways below.
but do we want those things open before we know what's down there?
Good
You don't have an answer to
question.
that. I don't.
More skeletons.
He's got to
Prison
hang out.
army.
He says he's got to hang out until we're done. So he can take a tight 5 up here while we go deal with this moose real quick.
Let's go kill it. Cut off its head. Bring it back. Be like, is this what you want?
Does anybody want to like get info on like what kind of
I
undead
would
he
love-
is and stuff? You
Yeah.
know,
I
like-
do.
I want info. I'd like info, please.
Then,
I've been talking to this guy this whole time. trying to get, like-
religion, arcana, these kinds of things will provide.
I want to do a religion check. Or I mean,
I'll do-
I
arcana.
would,
I'll-
I would
I'll-
love to assist.
I will give you one of each, religion and
I will
arcana.
do the religion check.
All right.
Do you? Or actually, Vidrux would probably be better for the religion check, and I'll assist him.
Probably. Okay.
13.
22 for religion.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
so 13 gives you that, the 13 Arcana gives you that he is obviously magically animated. Like, he
Mhm.
hasn't been sleeping, and he is definitely dead. And the like, kind of undead is clearly very powerful because he is speaking, right? Like, that is a plainly obvious fact to anybody who knows a little bit about magic. The religion check, however, reveals to you basically his exact nature. Like you understand the kind of like ceremony that would have put this thing to sleep. He is definitely a mummy, like 100%. Some kind of like greater undead mummy, who have the ability to like paralyze people with a look, like infect others with the dust and the like curse that they possess, who they're very, very dangerous. They are not
He's not
as-
someone to mess with or
they
antagonize.
are not a simple undead. Yeah. I think that's the best way I can describe it.
Perfect.
I think having him as an ally is a boon. We should not cross him unless we have to.
You can see, by the way, that he's wearing, like, once he stands up, you can see underneath his like brown tunic and so forth that he's wearing like jewelry. He has like these like small like gold pieces, like a chain and a little like symbol, and he's got like bracelets and like some other stuff around his ankles, that kind of thing.
Is it nondescript symbol, or is it
It's
symbol that will give
it's
us?
nondescript. It is of no consequence. Yeah.
Sure.
May I ask? I guess I would be asking this as we start moving back down towards the entrance. Is he coming with us, or is he staying up here? That was unclear to me. I apologize.
He'll follow you until you tell him that you don't want him to. Basically, he's like paying attention to what you're doing.
May I ask what it is that you did as part of your society?
I was one
Your
of
physician?
the druids who tended to this place and many others like it. I was given the great honor of being buried here after my service was done.
Well, we appreciate you being so understanding of us waking you up. We will try to get you back to sleep as soon as we can.
Am I allowed to jump down now?
Yes, I think that is the...
Sonar says, "You may."
I love him.
I think
love our
Bersa
mummy
laughs
friend.
actual out loud and does the coolest, just turns around with that natural 20 athletics check, just turns around and takes a step back and lands perfectly on her feet. 'Cause that was dope as hell.
And in that moment, you get surprise attacked by a giant moose.
No!
Who has been waiting with a held action to charge your ass since
That's
you
fair.
saw him. So I'll roll his attack, and then we will roll initiative.
I love it.
Uh,
Yay, it's time to do some fight. Fight. Time
Love
to
to
fight.
fight.
So he is going to charge you.
I hope he knocks me out.
Actually, he
Personally,
can't.
I'd
He
like
can't
to.
actually charge you because of the statue, but he can get up to you and hit you with the headbutt. Hang on. We're gonna give him the antler attack. Does a 23 hit you?
Oh, just barely.
For 2 damage. What? That's not right. That's no way. That's right.
That feels right.
2d8. Oh, this is a. Yeah, there's a mistake in the
Oops.
math. It says 2d8 underscore 4 plus 0, which is not. It's 2d8 plus 4. Hang on.
I heard 2. 2 feels right.
Yikes.
I wrote 2, and there's no way to undo that, unfortunately.
14 damage. That's more reasonably
Bitch.
more reasonably the moose. So
Oh,
there
he's
you.
big.
Cool.
He's very large. Yes. And roll initiative, everybody.
No. I love that I'm standing next to the mummy.
I'm gonna just quickly remove all the turns from this list.
Do you reckon I could catch Mummy Rock?
No.
Oh, do we need to do that again?
Oh, sorry. If you've already rolled it, just add yours back in once you re-roll it. I had to remove the tokens.
Ah, dang it! That was much better roll. Fine. I'll take
That's
it.
fine.
Stupid 8.
Skeleton becomes
Stupid
mummy.
8.
Mummy skeleton. Become all the colours.
Has
And then I
any-
get a wear.
Token.
Sure.
Sinar just stands there. He just chills.
A little help here.
Cool.
And as soon as you ask him to help, he begins to help. Hang on.
See, we won't do it unless we ask.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
I
Only because I asked him. It's like skeleton to skeleton. We understand each other.
Descending. Okay, Bursa, you are
Special
first.
bond.
Well, thank goodness in that this stupid thing almost killed me and will probably finish killing me in a second.
Is it Bursa? I thought it was. So is it because I have a -1 that the critical does not make me go first?
Yeah, initiative can't be crit. Initiative is just initiative.
Okay, cool.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's one of those. It's one of those things like skill checks where there isn't really a crit mechanic.
That's why I know everybody
Yeah.
does it different. That's why I asked.
As far as I know, that's how it works.
All right, let's go witch bolt on this bad boy while we're like locked up with it.
So if you're in melee and you cast a spell, there I
It's
believe
disadvantage
it's
rather than
it's disadvantage.
auto attack.
Yeah,
Why does that make
because
any
you're
amount
doing a
of
ranged
sense?
attack in melee. It's the same as shooting a
Cool,
bow
cool,
at
cool.
point blank.
Yep, I understand.
I mean, it's a massive target, so there you got that going for you.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what we get. Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds about
not
right.
great. Your witch bolt, like
Fucking yikes.
your witch bolt catches an antler, and the antler like conducts it or something in a weird way, and it doesn't work. That's I think that's what happens. Verdrox, you are next.
I'm going to pull out a hand axe and then throw it.
Alrighty then.
Just one?
Oh my gosh. Watch yourself.
Do you
That's
have
funny.
do you have your other weapon in your hand? It matters.
No, because I
now.
didn't pull my
Okay,
weapons
good.
out. Remember?
I just wanted to check.
Yep. I didn't pull anything out. It's a 15 to hit.
That is a hit.
For 8.
8 slashing damage to the moose. The moose makes a moose noise in pain and is vaguely irritated by your axe.
Moose. That's
That-
nice.
easy.
What a spooky moose.
All right, moose is going to attack the only target in front of it, Bursa.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast shield.
Okay.
You don't have to until you know what the
Well,
roll is.
sure. Let's assume.
Does a 23 still hit you?
Yeah, it's gonna still hit me.
Okay.
Let's just assume I'm down. That's
It was
fine.
9 bludgeoning damage as he hooves the crap out of you.
Yep, I'm down. Very exciting.
Wonderful. Okay, Rattle, you're up next.
Sorry. Yes, I think I'll move slightly so that I have a proper shot rather than one. Does the height differential give it any cover, or am I fine?
From
because
where
it's
you
like
are,
20
I
foot
think
high?
from where you are, I think Not really. If you were any further back, probably. But
Okay. Let's take a short bow shot.
Pwang.
Pwang. 15, we establish it.
Is a hit, yes.
You about to
Okay.
get wrecked by a moose.
Whew. It's
God dang.
18 points of damage.
How are you sneak attacking it right now?
Because somebody's in.
No, they aren't.
No, they're not. So it's just 10 points of damage. Then my mistake.
Okie doke.
Oh, I thought Bursa was within.
Bursa
melee
is
of it.
down.
I am already unconscious.
Oh,
I would love to head up to the wall to break line of sight and try and stealth if you think that's reasonable.
Sure, yeah, you take hide as a bonus action.
Yes, please. It's a 13 on stealth.
Sure, let me just look at something.
Yep. I mean, if you prefer, you
Yeah.
can just tell me whether the damage comes through next time. Or not.
Alright, it is Sonar's turn. Your mummy individual.
Thank you.
He walks forward in a stately manner. 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. And then casts look at the moose as if he is very disappointed in the moose. Just very, 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 very disappointed that the moose is
What are you
here.
doing here, you not elf?
And the moose is gonna make a wisdom save.
Be gone, moose.
And the moose is going to seize up, completely paralyzed.
Well, I'll change the tenor of this in combat.
Yep, that's it.
that's good.
That's it. Next is Yeshivon.
I would like to.
Sonar looks like, yes, good. Exactly how you should feel. Kind of like, like nose in the air, imperious vibes.
This elf is so.
I would like to, if that is the case, then. That's what I'm not sure about, is whether or not hitting this thing with something will end the paralyzation.
You're a wizard, or not a wizard, but you're a warlock. You know magical effects, and paralyzed will not end from a hit.
Perfect. Then what I would
The only
like
way
to
to escape it is a will save.
first do then. It's paralyzed. I don't think it really matters. Never mind. I'm not going to waste that on something that's already incapacitated. I will go ahead and I will cast Dark Bolt then.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and put the text for that in the chat and then roll it. Wait, why does it not have the attack in it again? Gosh darn it.
You
It's a spell
casting it
attack.
from the spell page or the
No,
main page?
it's a spell attack though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it keeps
So,
on checking itself.
While it is paralyzed, any attack roll against it has advantage. Just so you know.
Cool. That will be a 23 to
That
hit.
is a hit. Yes, most definitely.
And I'm going ahead.
Okay.
I guess one damage will do.
One for the first ray, but isn't this the one that has
Three
like,
rays.
Yeah. There's
three rays, and you have to roll
Yeah.
it 3 times? Yeah.
Pow, pow, pow.
You know, eventually I'm going to figure out how to be a spellcaster.
You're
with you guys.
knowing your own spells. Yeah, 16. Okay, that's a hit too for 9
The
damage.
problem is I've never played a warlock in my life. So.
I mean, also
I've
Dark
played-
Bolt isn't a spell I've ever heard of before we played this time around. 15. And roll again for damage. 8, 9.
There we go.
17
That's
damage
decent.
total. Yeah, you do
That's
7.
much better.
You do 17.
If you're
damage.
worrying about these spells and you've never heard of them, I do believe they are part of a Kobold Press module that is available on Roll20. And it's integrated.
Hey!
And then I think what I'm going to do is Yeshvan is going to step to the side just a little bit to help improve Vedrux's line of sight there.
For those of you in chat who are saying it's an auto crit, it is not an auto crit unless it's melee.
It's melee.
Bursa, can you give me a death saving throw, please?
20.
Sure.
Believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
All right.
It's a pass. Woohoo. You'll love to
All
see
right,
it.
1 pass. Vedrux, you're up next.
All right.
The moose is still paralyzed. Point of order.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, and then I'd have to drop down.
You'd have to drop down, so you need an athletics check to do it without like penalty.
That's fine. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Auto crit this bitch.
14.
You're good.
And as part of my movement, am I able to pull out?
You are able to pull out your war axe or whatever it is that I can't
My
remember.
battle
what it
axe?
is. Yeah, your battle axe.
Okay, cool. All right, so then I am going to swing at the moose.
You have
Crit.
you have advantage, and it is an automatic critical. So
Cool. Okay, so
Which means he doesn't really have to roll, does he?
no,
That
no,
is-
you do have to roll because you
You
have to hit
still
it
miss.
still. You can still miss.
16.
16 is a hit, and then roll your damage, but like roll it as a critical, if you know
All
what I
right,
mean.
and I'm going to spend a spell slot to add in a divine smite.
Oh, we're divine smiting. All right,
yes. Does
Makes
that critical the
sense.
divine smite as well?
it does. Yes.
Does.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay,
Nuke it from all
so
the
that is
Always
You
put a smite on a crit.
you may have to like roll some of the dice manually because it's not
That's
a crit, so it
fine.
won't register the fact that it is.
So then that's 2d8 more. So
Yeah,
that's
2d8
24
more. Uh,
radiant.
one
And
d8
then
more slashing.
oh my god. So 14 slashing, 24 radiant. 14 plus 24 is 38.
So what do you
38?
do to kill this paralyzed moose? Because he's definitely dead.
I'm gonna just cleave its head, like clean off.
You're just gonna like straight decapitate the
Yep.
white
Nice.
moose.
My boy.
Yeah.
Straight across.
You decapitate the moose and it falls to the ground with a clump, like thud, and like there's an echo around this little barrow here, and yeah, that's it.
This is a weird question. Did it bleed like normal?
It is bleeding like a normal moose would
Ooh.
bleed. Yes.
Cool. All right. Important.
Excellent. Very well done, Vidrox.
Bleeding.
Yep, and Yeshivan is gonna hop down.
Sonar rolls his eyes and conjures a handful of good berries and hands them to Yeshivan as they pass.
Ooh,
Thank
druid.
you. All right. Firstly, I'm going to go ahead and feed those good berries to my good friend, as well as use a use of the healer's kit to stabilize.
Senzu bean.
A good berry will give them 1 health and they'll be
Yeah.
stable.
Yeah,
Never
might
mind.
need to stabilize.
Then I will tilt Versus head back gently and pull down her chin and like plop.
You don't have to put this more like this is more description than I spent time in the combat. You can just bring me back up. Thank you.
I just wanted to let you know that I do it with care and love.
I appreciate it.
I just want you to know.
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the dice.
Yeah, I was like, okay, they've seen the moose has seen them, the moose is smart, I'll just have it wait.
Yep. I was like, oh, there's a chance for a cool moment. And a natural 20. Nope, just get ganked. Hate to see it.
It happens.
It happens.
Uh,
That said, thank you for the help. That was incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Sonar just shrugs, like, whatever.
You can do that just by like looking at things.
He looks at you, make a will save.
Son of a bitch.
I love it. That's a 4?
You're paralyzed.
Well, you asked. Now that
Rattle just seizes up mid-sentence and Sonar just turns away.
Sonar, how is it that we can put you back to rest?
Something is still amiss in here.
Oh,
I can
Wow.
tell.
am I getting any kind of vibe right now?
Any kind of
Like-
vibe.
Like feeling like something's not quite right.
You know that there are places in this barrow you haven't looked. There's a staircase over here. There's a staircase over here. There's a little
all
hallway
right.
over
We
here.
as adventurers must be thorough. Fine.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
see.
Well, he's basically telling you there's stuff you haven't seen yet.
All right. Well, I think we're going to continue
after-
to need your assistance.
After one like round, you are unparalyzed. If it's only until the end of your next turn, so it's a short paralysis.
I was trying to sit exactly still until you told me I wasn't allowed to move again.
Dave's very good at timeout.
Yeah.
So Sonar steps back towards the Moondial a little bit and says, To open the way to the various other parts of this barrow, you will need moonlight. Usually that would be at the appropriate time. But I am willing to help you open these doors.
We would
Because you
appreciate
need
it.
something fixed.
And then he like turns back to the Moondial and casts Moonbeam through the dial so that the half moons are illuminated. In a prismatic moonlight dispersal. And he turns back and he says, "The barrows will be open. Briefly."
We thank you.
How long is briefly?
We should
Until
get
this
going.
moonlight runs out.
Yeah, I mean, she did ask. They did ask a good question. What do you need us to do down there? You said something's not right.
Find out what it is.
I think you're all seeming to not understand. We have as much knowledge of this disturbance as Sanar does.
That doesn't feel true at all.
I mean,
They
the
were
Guardian
literally-
Mummy should know what it's guarding.
We literally woke them up.
That's a good point. I didn't have any memories either.
Any direction we should try first? Because I don't really care.
Left.
Sanar raises a bony finger and points to the two staircases, both the one on the left-hand side and the one to the south, as like rooms. And then the other one at the end of this hallway, you can actually see it, a rattle. At the end of this hallway, there is a mirror. And nothing else.
Found the mirror. All right.
Rattle, what are you doing?
I think they're asking some questions.
It's the wrong moon.
Yeah, the full moon is not illuminated currently.
I
Fine, I
heard
was
that
trying to
from
think
down
of a
here and I was
question.
dead a second ago.
Yeah,
I
I
think
know. I
Yeshivan
just
just sort of
wanted
looks
to...
at Versa with sort of like a admiration for how observant she is.
You hear Sonar's voice from up above once again, calling out to you. It says, "The more time you take, the less moonbeams you'll have for questions." And then he moonbeams the dial again, like for the half moons. Because he could technically moonbeam it for a full moon if you wanted to ask the mirror something, but he needs to keep the moonlight available to you to get into these
We'll
doors.
do the thing for him
Yeah.
first.
Go do the thing.
Curiosity second.
Following the leader.
Drux will explicitly outline how dangerous a mummy is and then reiterate that we should probably be more respectful. The only person that can get us in and out of this place.
Okay, so this door in front of you here, Vidrux, is engraved with a white semicircle, which you now know, of course, that is to do with the dial outside. The door opens readily at your approach, and like it's like an automatic door, it basically just opens as soon as you approach it, since the moonlight is in the
Is
right
it
place.
like a circular door, and does it do that cool like rolling out thing?
It sure does, exactly that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm just walking.
So
Nice.
this circular chamber has an intricately carved domed ceiling, 20 feet high. A beam of light shines down from the top of the dome, illuminating a rectangular stone sarcophagus.
Neat.
But otherwise, it's a like a sealed grave room. It's like a tomb, basically.
Are we going to try and open it like we opened the other one?
I'm not sure if we should just. I will not make that choice. I'm
It
gonna
looks
sit
like
back.
everything's fine in there, right?
Can I take a closer
Nothing
look?
nothing looks out of place at a glance, but if you want to investigate, feel free.
I would like to investigate. I will do the thing.
Yeah.
We're going
looking
pretty
for a
quickly, but
disturbance rather than making one, I think is the thing.
I'll go and back up Yeshivan and thank them for
Sounds
the
good.
berries.
Sounds good. 22. You have a thorough eye, dear Yeshawan, and you look around this place and you find that it is, as an elven tomb should be, undisturbed.
Everything appears fine in here, but at this point, I think it goes without saying that appearances can be deceiving.
It doesn't even look like anybody's like disturbed the lid or anything. Like you got a really good roll. There's nothing wrong in here.
I think that we're probably good to go in here. Maybe we can move on to the next room.
Yep. Let's check it out.
All right. Up and up and up we go. Over to this direction.
Oh, sorry.
that door's the way out over there. If it leads back.
Oh, yeah, that's where it.
Yeah.
Got it. Of course.
Okay. Is everybody going to be with Yeshivon on this one? Because they're walking towards it. As with the previous, the door opens entirely on its own as you approach.
Oh, well, this definitely does not look right.
No, there's like you can see a sleeping bag in the back, but you can only see it around the sarcophagus a little bit. Hang on 1 second while I just move to the right descriptive zone here.
This is going to be like a Goldilocks and the Three Bears situation.
This circular
Been
chamber.
sleeping in my tomb.
This circular chamber has an intricately carved dome ceiling, 20 feet high. A beam of light shines down from the top of the dome, illuminating a rectangular stone sarcophagus. Someone has turned this tomb into a living quarters, as evidenced by a rack of drying herbs on the left-hand side and an unfurled bedroll behind the sarcophagus. It is at that moment that a rather frozen-looking, like raggedly dressed figure with a wooden staff in hand jumps from their hiding place behind the sarcophagus, jumps up on top of the sarcophagus, and declares incredibly loudly that 10 towns will be destroyed, if not by my hand, then by the Frostmaidens! Like, just dramatically from her position.
Then we
All right,
comedically all shoot him at the same time.
Her position-
Lights out.
Her position standing atop the sarcophagus.
I'd like to cast Darkness Calls.
Okay. We're gonna roll initiative before any casting or anything happens, because she knew you were there. You knew she was, or so forth. She will get a chance to do something. The other thing that you should note is that there seems to be a shrub of some kind slightly behind the sarcophagus that is like moving a little bit.
By the way, how many good berries did we get for Bursa?
You get 3.
3? Okay.
Yeah.
So Bursa has 3 hit points. Yay.
Let me just put the tokens on the right layer.
Oh wait, I have to let you clear. But God, I'm rolling absolute crap initiative today.
Yeah, wait till it's cleared.
Remove all turns. Okay, you're good.
Watch me do the same nonsense again. Nope. Just as bad. Just as bad.
Okay.
Always can be worse.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
At least it's initiative.
Yeah, there are
It's
worse.
another one of those sessions for you, isn't it, Abura?
There are
Womp
worse things to roll badly on than initiative. Okay,
I
descending order.
get knocked out a lot in this campaign.
You're
These campaigns.
You're a sorcerer, and you're standing at the front like 50% of the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to tell you.
It's okay. We're gonna figure out our spacing here soon enough.
Oh, I'm in the back. It's fine.
Who should be where? We'll figure it out.
Let's see.
We should all be dead. She cast Fireball in the corridor.
Okay.
Oh, no, she's first.
She is indeed first of all. She is going to, I think, cast a spell directly upon you. Can I do this while I'm inside? I have to check. I don't know druid spells very well, so I've got a druid here.
I drew it a lot.
Druids.
You can message me which one it is.
I'm just gonna try and moonbeam.
Oh yeah, you can do that from anywhere. You don't. Have to
Yeah,
be
for
outside.
sure.
Yep. Yeah, just create it.
Okay, I'm just gonna straight moonbeam our dear Yeshivon here.
Oh, I don't like anything straight being done to me.
So a silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. Anything that starts its turn there or enters it takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save. Okay. So, the square that you are in, there is a beam of moonlight. Ha! That engulfs you. Currently, nothing is happening. Like, it doesn't hurt you now, but it will when your turn comes around, basically.
Do I have a resistance to radiant damage? I need to figure that out.
I don't know. It will say on your character sheet, presumably.
Where would it say that?
Under Kalashtar racial something, you know, if you
Yeah.
those down.
Let's have
Redurks,
the in-betweeny turns here.
you're up.
I will.
This druid is like angrily waving their staff and conjuring magic at your friend.
I'm actually going to hold my turn. It's hard to gauge. I'm going to move back here and I will spend 6 points of lay on hands on Bursa.
Okay.
So
Healing the Bursa.
Yep, so Bursa, you'll gain 6 points of healing back.
Thank you.
What you can just pick. Cure wounds. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I'll spend the rest of my movement to go back. Easy.
Okie dokie.
Perfect.
Rattle, you are up next.
All right. I'm going to move up the corridor slightly.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, I see a friend standing on top of a thingamabob.
Yeah, she's standing on the plinth, the like shrub or whatever, the plant that's like really shouldn't be where it is just like kind of cowering behind the sarcophagus.
Oh, she's the one awakening everything. Got it.
She might be.
Is an 8 enough to hit?
An 8 is sadly not enough.
I figured as much. Like, oh, lady with a stick. She's doing bad stuff. We should probably go and sort it out. And then I'll move back. And actually, I've used 10 to move there and break line of sight. I'm going to try and hide again.
Okay.
Because I'm a coward. And a rogue.
All right.
So 20 on stealth.
Yeah, Siobhan, make a
You have to.
constitution. Yes. What do I have to do?
I actually wanted to ask you if this works to keep me from getting too hurt. If not, then don't worry about it. But
It's not an attack against you. It's you make a save and then you.
that answers my question.
Yeah.
But I will just keep that in mind for next.
Indeed,
if and when she attacks me.
For more radiant protection. So if you make a con save, please.
10?
Okay, 10 is not enough, unfortunately. So you will take some radiant damage. 11 radiant damage.
Ouch.
As the moonbeam burns you with its cold, burning radiance. And you can move out of it. It's not, like, obstructing you in any way.
Like, if I move over here, I'm out of it by that.
Yep, it's
right?
only 5 feet. Yep.
So in that case, I'm actually going to move out of it, and then I'm also going to move. No, I'm gonna get slightly closer because I need her to be within 10 feet of me, and then I am going to. I need a wisdom save from her.
Okay. Wisdom save. She does not make it.
Then she is blind now
Okie doke.
until the end of my next turn.
And the end of your next turn? Sure. Yep, got it. Okay.
And then I'm going to
move
back, basically.
All right. You hear her going like, ah! Like grabbing at her eyes.
And at this point, Yeshivon's hair has gone black. You see that glow kind of dull into like this sort of gray, clingy film. Like, they go all dark.
Nice.
Dark Siobhan.
So they don't glow anymore, or is it like different now?
It's muted. It's not really a glow.
The awakened shrub shuffles back to the corner of the room. That is its turn. Beast, Bursa.
Oh. I move up far enough to see them both. I cast Shatter. I go away again.
Okay, you cast Shatter on both of them, or?
It is, let's see. It's a 10-foot radius sphere. So I'm going to center it on, sorry, let me peek. Where is it? God, sorry.
You gotta give me more than I cast Shatter and then back
I'll
up.
cast it on the bed so it hits both of them.
Okay.
So, I mean, you'd be aware of this point of order. If you cast Shatter, you are going to destroy that sarcophagus.
Not if it's on the bed. The sarcophagus is like not really in the center of it. I guess maybe.
Shatter's
Yeah,
like 20
Shatter's-
feet, isn't it?
It's
Yeah,
10. It's a
it's
10-foot
10
radius.
radius.
Oh, it's a 10-foot radius. Yeah, no, it would definitely fuck up everything in this room, basically.
If it's centered on the head of the bed, it should not touch the sarcophagus.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So
Okay.
I center it on the pillow.
Okay. What do I need to do for Shatter? Dex save, right?
Con save.
Con save. Okay. She doesn't make it. She definitely doesn't make it. Let's see if the shrub makes it.
No, Shrubby.
No, shrubby boy. Shrub definitely doesn't make it. 6 damage? Is that? Oh,
Yep.
yeah, that's not great.
What part of I roll like absolute trash does not come through?
Okay, well, they both take 6 damage. They both look
I
damaged.
go away again.
Everything in the room is like scattered around and smashed everywhere. The bed is like nothing. The shelf with the herbs is like scattered all over the room. All right, it is her turn. She is blind, so what she's gonna do is duck behind the sarcophagus where she's standing. She hops back and crouches to give herself cover while she tries to clear her eyes. Madrux.
Difficult. I don't know what the hell to do.
If you'd like my tactical advice, I can provide it, but
Yes, please, because
Big
no
chop.
one else is really going to get melee except for me, and I don't know if I
So,
want to be in that room by myself.
here's my suggestion to you.
Mhm.
She is a spellcaster at a level high enough that she can fuck you all up if you hesitate. So being in melee with her is probably safer than hovering in a 5-foot corridor.
Especially since she's blind
All right. Okay.
right now.
Probably get some
Get
kind
that
of
hit.
advantage.
Get that
Because,
big
like-
smite.
Because, like, being real, she has Sleet Storm and, like, Ice Storm kind of spells. Like, I can just fill the corridor with bullshit. Like,
That's fair. Okay. I'm gonna do this side, so the awakened shrub is not near me. All right, so I'm gonna run up, and then another swing with my battle axe.
okie dokie.
All right. And you said it's
Advantage.
advantage.
She's currently blind, so yes, I think you have advantage. Let me just check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that went unchecked.
You do indeed have advantage.
Cool. All right. So battle axe swing.
That's a hit.
25.
Nice.
So that
Put some
is
smite in there.
5.
Get it.
I'm gonna hold off on smite because
Okay.
I want my spells.
Okay. You do 5 damage.
I'm just egging on people. That's all. You can ignore
Yeah.
me.
She
Please
takes the damage.
All right. Yep. And then I'll just stay there. That's my move.
Sounds good. Rattle, you're up.
Oh yeah, did you
Uh,
roll a con save for it's a 6, so I'm sure she can roll out of it, but
Oh,
there's a non-zero chance.
All right. Well. Oh, you mean the for the shatter? Yeah,
Mhm.
I rolled it. Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yep, back to Rattle turn.
Oh no, I didn't roll for the concentration. Hang on. And yes, Rattle's turn. She fails her concentration. The moonbeam is gone. The moonbeam is indeed gone.
Sweet.
Okay. Let's head on round.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot her.
Shoot her. She has half cover because she's behind the sarcophagus.
Yep, that's fine, but I have advantage because she can't see me.
That is true.
Just makes it a flat roll, right?
Yep.
Nope.
It,
If it's
it's
half cover, it's
No,
minus 2.
it's half cover. Yeah, so it's still advantage. So
It's 21.
23.
D&D is cool.
And that is a lot of damage.
Wow.
21
Nice.
points of damage.
This is the other reason you want to be in melee, because Rattle can do big numbers, but only if somebody's in base to base.
And I would love to
Just
use
always
my.
has to be me.
Yeah, you'd like to use your.
Yeah, I'd like to use my Whales from the Grave feature.
Yeah.
To nudge someone close to the grave, you can cause deathly wails to be heard near them. Immediately after you deal sneak attack damage to a creature on your turn, target a second creature you can see. Roll half the number of sneak attack dice. Round up. Second creature takes psychic damage equal to that roll.
Yeah, do it.
So I have 2d6, so it's just a d6 for that.
Roll it.
Shrub, take 1 damage. Screw
So-
you, Shrub.
So you all see, or those of you who can see Rattle, see this sort of like purple energy in the shape of a dagger, almost like a hand holding a dagger, like strike out from his like bow shot to strike at the shrub. And there's an audible to everyone else as well as Rattle, an audible like yeah in the air as it happens, like and then it like echoes a bit and then is quiet again.
Rattle also looks confused. That's awesome.
And
Thank
then,
you, Elf.
and
So
then,
cool.
And then Rattle, just to yourself, you can hear him going like, "Finally, fucking finally!"
Okay, that's actually no, because it's funny. I'm going to go behind the thing, and I'm actually going to take the hide action.
Hide behind the sarcophagus.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
So
right.
she'll stand up, and I'll be like,
Yeah, some Three Stooges level hiding.
yeah. By standing over it doing the thing where one person stands up, shoots, goes down.
All right, got it. Yeah, Siobhan, you're up.
Great. So I am now going to cast this spell.
The spells. that
I
we don't
believe
know
I have
what they do.
advantage because she's still blind.
Yeah, until the
but
end
I
until the end
cast-
of your turn. Yeah.
Yeah, let me go ahead and give you the actual information on what this spell is. So, oh god, this spell is so cool.
How does shadows decay? But all right.
So Yeshavad reaches out, and what happens is that the darkness in their hair leaches from their hair and travels down their arm and extends from their fingers, and float forward and surround her head. So she's not going to be blind, but she is still going to have some difficulty seeing.
Well, she needs to make a Constitution saving throw first.
She also does have to do that too.
Is an 11 enough?
It is not.
Okay, she
It's
fails.
a DC 14. And she's now going to take 2d8 of necrotic damage as well,
Yeah.
which is 11.
Cool.
Right.
Cool. By the
I've
way,
been
the
waiting to use this spell.
the shrub
Very
is
excited.
The shrub is cowering in the corner and says in common, "Don't hurt me."
Baby.
Let's add
Let them
it
make a
to
persuasion
our
check.
Oh, okay, I will.
I'm already persuaded. I don't need to be rolled. I want to take the shrub as my companion. If you get Wookiee, I want the
Ooh.
shrub.
That's fair.
All right,
Shrub can
I'm
live
bought in.
We're
inside
gonna have
my.
our own little menagerie.
Bertha, you're up.
That's like in it.
You also have a mummy right now.
We do, but
chilling
I don't think he
outside.
wants to hang out with us. I will just attempt a firebolt. At,
Okie doke.
uh,
She's not blind now, so she
ability.
does. She does have it's a regular.
Half cover, yeah,
Half
some
cover.
raise
Yep.
too.
Nope, don't hit. I go back.
Sadly, not.
Goodbye.
Sadly, not.
I very much enjoy playing this game with you all.
Yeah, it's fine. So she manifests an icy looking sickle in her hand and like sets to trying to kill you with it. Yeah, Siobhan, like hacking at you with it. So here we go.
It'll be
Yes, Siobhan
Verdrox.
Or not
Verdrox.
Yeshimon, Verdrox. Sorry, I got my names mixed up. That one misses. And that one misses too. She just like swings wildly into you. She's like very injured. She's trying to like cut you down.
Cool. Fine with it.
It is, you can feel the like cold air off of it as it swings by you. Like if it touched you, it would hurt a lot. You know,
Okay.
like it is not like a regular.
Oh, like
blade.
the flame sickle spell, except the opposite.
Yes.
I don't know
I
what
don't
it is.
know. Verdrux, go.
There's a few.
All right. So she can see normally and everything. So this is just a regular roll for an
It
attack.
sure is.
Got it. All right. Battle axe. 23
That is a hit.
for 12, and then I'm gonna boost a smite.
Oh, we're smiting. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So that is 15.
Ooh.
27.
Cha,
Yeah.
Bad boy.
cha.
You-
Brain broke for a second.
Damn.
You fucking smoke her with this radiant damage. She drops to the ground as she is like clutching her face from this battle axe strike, and she just like falls backwards in a pile. Yeah.
Yeshivon starts fanning themselves, just like,
That's worth
Combat
twice now.
over.
I need to do that.
Rattle on.
Unless you want to attack the awakened shrub, in which case combat's not over. But
No, just for flavor, Rattle kind of does the slide over the car hood over the top of it and just stabs her in the head again, just to make sure.
all right.
double tap. Always.
I mean, she might have death saves. Now she doesn't.
Yeshivon walks over to the sarcophagus and kind of just drapes themselves over it. That was very nicely done, Vedrux.
Just there's a time and a place, not inside a tomb. That's really creepy.
What? Why
What?
is it creepy?
It's a good point, actually.
Hi,
Do
little
I care
shrub.
about the sanctity of the dead?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, we do, as we are helping a mummy.
I
That's
don't know
right.
what it is that you are accusing me of. I was just telling
You're
Vedrux
doing
that
that
he did
thing
a good
that you
job. What thing that I
The
do?
thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The shrub looks hurt, right?
The shrub is definitely hurt. Yes.
I'm
gonna
sorry,
heal
Shrub.
I'm gonna heal the shrub
The
for 3
The
points.
shatter has broken some of its limbs. You heal it for 3 points. Okay.
Yep.
It looks exactly like a regular shrub right now. It's doing its best to disguise itself as a regular
The
shrub.
shrub could be my hair.
Hello, little shrub.
It's a fully medium-sized shrub, Dave.
I know.
I was expecting like a terrarium thing where you put the shrub inside you like an air plant.
That would work too.
That would be very cute. But hello, little shrub.
So the shrub speaks common, and on its many limbs there are lots of delicious berries, though many of them have been knocked away by shatter spells. The shrub goes, "Hi."
I'm gonna look over the equipment of the person at some
Yeah.
whenever we're done with this dialogue.
Are you from inside this room or no?
Nope. I went with her. Like there's like a movement of a limb towards the corpse. She when she got hungry, she would just.
That's a really good.
Do you have to be alive for that? That feels bad.
I can't move if
Should
I'm
take
not.
it with her.
I can't move if I'm not alive.
Does it hurt to have berries picked off of you?
No.
Okay.
Do you
And
still want to be alive?
I have no real concept of life or not, really.
Yeah.
Well,
fair.
you
it's
technically
just-
are always alive.
no,
You're a
it's
plant,
just
after all.
The plant is visibly confused. I don't know how that would be, but the discussion of consciousness is too much for
Ugh.
awakened shrub.
I'm
I
having
do
an
have to tell you
existential
that
crisis.
Unfortunately, your moose friend has passed. We dispatched them.
That's
It
okay.
started it.
She sort of blamed Ten Towns for, the death of her sister and wanted to.
Her sister?
Yeah,
Who was her sister?
I don't know.
She
Was
didn't
her-
confide in you very much,
She
did
just
she?
talked about her sister a lot.
Did
But
she
there are all
use her
kinds-
sister's?
There are all kinds of, beasts and shrubs and trees and whatever that she cast her spells on.
Interesting. Did she ever mention her sister's name by any chance?
Oral, the Frostmaiden.
No, I don't remember a name.
Oh,
Kind of doesn't matter. She's dead now.
well,
Do you know what her name was?
Ravison.
Thank you.
well, you're welcome to come with us if you'd like, or if you want to meet the proprietor of this area. Maybe you can hang out with him.
You know, she was using her spells to like move the dial around and stuff. I don't know. That's important.
Probably to hide herself inside so that nobody could find her. There were people who didn't understand why the moose could disappear at will.
Could somebody roll a perception check for me?
Showa.
I refuse to roll.
No.
Fair enough.
I'll do it. I do it.
Solidarity
I like
for a Bria. I'm not going to roll.
Dice. 12.
So it occurs to you, Yeshivon, that our current corpse of a druid that we've just killed is like dead across the sarcophagus. Like it was her like last desire to like be near it. You know, like she fell onto it.
Can I ask a little bit about is this book that we're seeing in here actually on top of the sarcophagus?
I think it's just flavor for like the fact that they're like she lived in here kind of thing.
Okay.
I don't see any notes about it.
Do I see any inscriptions or anything like that on the sarcophagus? Does she also appear to be elven?
She does appear to be elven, yes.
Here lies Ravisun's sister, Bavisun.
But yeah, are there any inscriptions or anything like that on the sarcophagus that would indicate who is buried here?
Nothing. No, nothing that I can see.
But it could be implied that perhaps the
It
sister
could be
she
implied.
lost-
It could be implied by the way that she is like acting. She acted in her final moments that it could be her sister. And with that, the session is over. We will resolve it later because we don't have any more time.
We done it. We killed some things. I love when that happens.
Yeah.
I hope my patron is happy with me today.
Hey.
Me too. Mine is.
Okay, so my dear friends, let's close her out nicely. All right. Good session. Where can people find you when you're not doing all of this stuff? Let's start with Abria.
Hi, I'm Abria Iyengar. You can catch me on social media at Quiddy, Quiddie. I have a podcast of Avatar The Last Airbender that comes out every Monday, and every other Friday, 12-Sided Stories releases a new episode. We're playing through Hack the Planet. Other than here, you can catch me on Tuesdays playing Operation Emberfall, and then Tales from Salt Bay. On Wednesdays is The Unleashed, a mask game that I GM over on Strawberry 17 Plays channel. On Thursday is the finale of Department of Mysteries over on Dragon and Things. And Fridays you can catch me over on Dice Envy. This week we're doing a craft. We're gonna make a little dice-based advent calendar. So check that out for arts and crafts.
Sweet. Let's do Dave next. Dave.
Thank you. Thanks all for coming and watching, everybody. If you'd like to find more of what I'm doing, you can at Dave_the_human on Twitter. Yeah, I did some work on that thing we said about throwing weapons.
Yay!
Yeah, I've got a rough draft of it, but I thought what might be interesting would be writing out the whole process. So I'm taking my notes and I'm writing them up into the thought process going behind it, because I thought that might be more interesting than a block of just like 10 words and be like, I did a thing. It took me a while to do the research around it. So I might pop that on Twitter. But yeah, that's mostly it for me. See you all next week.
You also owe me a stream because you thought that the moose was a human and you made a forfeit for it. So I'm just throwing it out there. You
Ooh.
Yeah, that's true.
Stream.
You owe me a stream. I'm gonna remember. This is when you. This is
Can
what
Can it be?
This
Can
is
it
what
be
happens.
their first? Can it be their first VTuber stream?
Yeah,
still
that's
want
out of my
this.
control.
This is what happens when you make bargains with the fey creatures like myself.
Right.
Anyway, Gabe, you're next.
Hi, I'm Gabe at Gabe James Games from across the internet. I've got a couple shows that I think I'll be announcing next week, so that's exciting. Honestly, I'm mainly just taking a break. Like I'm working on a couple game design projects behind the scenes. I mentioned the Kickstarter thing that just announced that you can find on Twitter. But other than that, I'm just like kind of taking it easy. I'm like sleeping like a normal person for at least this week.
Breaks are a good thing. Highly
Yeah.
recommended.
Oh my gosh.
And I believe last but never least, Aki.
Yeah, I took my mental break over the weekend because I needed it really, really badly. Because like I said, I was in meltdown point by the end of last week, and I was just like, I can't do anything. Like even though everything turned out all right, I was so emotionally exhausted from last week that all I could do is be like, I'm sleeping in every day this weekend. I'm not doing anything I don't have to do, and that was just basically my life for the weekend. But we're back to my regular schedule, which is of course this here on Mondays, and then following this, it's Clear Skies, a Star Trek RPG or Star Trek Adventures RPG over on Q times at 6:30 PT. Because thank God we're back to PT. And then you can catch me on Thursdays. Coming up this week, I believe, is the premiere of A Darkened Wish Season 3, which you can catch at 5 o'clock PT. It is a very interesting new season that we've got coming, and I'm very excited. And then we postponed the premiere of New Pantheon this past weekend, but we will be starting up with our season premiere this upcoming Sunday at 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. And I believe that for now, that is all the things you can look forward to seeing me in. Otherwise, you can catch me on Twitter and Instagram at Mixed Genie in a Bottle. That's MXGINIINA. BOTTLE, and my entire Twitch schedule is of course available on my personal Twitch, twitch.tv/ShidariAki. That's SHIDAREAKI.
Wonderful.
That's it.
Wonderful.
I'm excited. I'm going to play some Child of Light on Saturday.
Nice.
And for myself personally, you can find me at twitch.tv/DistractedElf or on Twitter at DistractedElf, where I am doing mostly Twitch streaming stuff on my own channel, video games and so forth. Been a lot of Neverwinter the last week or so I don't know what I'm doing moving forward, but we will see. And of course, if you enjoyed this session and you thought to yourself, wow, I wish I could go to an elven tomb and fight an awakened moose and an angry druid, then you can do that on Roll20.net. You buy yourself the Rime of the Frostmaiden module on Roll20.net and roll on through. It's all these resources are available within that module. And if you want to play any other kind of games, Roll20 is a good place to do that stuff while everybody is hiding in their homes during this both winter and pandemic-y time. Yeah, that's it for us. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.